Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So last time, you all went to sleep.
Yeah.
Nice little sleep. In a not very cold place at all.
No.
Yeah, because we did it in the hut.
Just
didn't we?
kidding, it was fucking freezing.
Yeah, but we did it in a hut.
Yeah.
Fine.
You did it in
I was
tiny
I was cuddling together with bats to keep warm the way the bats keep warm.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. And then you had a voice in your head.
New friend.
And you had a horrific dream.
Yes.
Well, depending on your feelings about it, I guess.
It's Tiamat. Not exactly the best thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had good dreams?
Checkmate.
An interesting question about Brad. Did you ever have good dreams? That's the new quiz show
Yeah.
question.
Did it just involve eating boar?
Yeah, you probably had some good dreams now.
Yeah.
But not until now.
It involved eating food.
Brad having a dream about counting sheep and then eating those sheep. That's amazing.
1 sheep munch. 2 sheep munch. Have Brad eaten mutton yet? We should introduce you to mutton.
Yes, you should.
I'm trying to think.
I think it's pretty much just boring. We just introduced him to bacon.
Yeah, and like pork sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can use our sausages now.
I cannot forget the magical dragon binding rope.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got a hiccuping. Oh no, Brand's hiccuping.
Indeed. You change clothes every time.
Well, with you having slept, you actually would have slept in 8 hours by 4 a.m. So, still be dark when you've all kind of already had a good sleep.
Fair.
I think I'm the only one that affects.
Yeah.
Well, while it's dark, we should probably give us an excuse to explore this area we're in. We can't really look outside.
True.
We're just outside our doors to someplace, aren't we? A little cave in.
Yeah, so you basically are inside this massive hall. There's 2 doors. They basically both directly across from each other. It's a very large room, very high ceilings, so it's kind of hard for you to actually investigate without getting close to the walls or ceilings.
Just occurred to me I don't have my sheet.
Oh dear. This is why electronic sheets are great.
I've got your sheet.
Oh, okay, thank you. I was like, what's the character sheet?
Where's my sheet?
what you
put
did
it
earlier.
there in the side.
I currently have 4 D&D characters on the go, so
You're in a very musical mood today.
I am.
where was my which sheet for this character?
I've been influenced by the Bard.
I have the map. It's too fucking dark.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes, I reprinted the map, so there it is.
We
Yay!
have a map.
Yeah. With Demian inconsistencies included.
Ooh.
Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. I put it into the design of the map, and I look.
Indeed.
They've misnamed things. They put extra stuff on it for fun.
There you go. Map.
Like this is evident to Colin.
Yeah.
So he goes, "That's what the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Seems accurate to me.
Oh wait, yeah, that
can
history
tell-
roll.
I can tell some places are spelt wrong, but like the rest of the world, yeah, how I
Yeah.
imagine it.
You got Friday free
Yeah, 23.
on a history roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. That will be relevant later, maybe.
I know something about it.
Yeah. There you go. You don't know what you know, but you know it.
It'd be hilarious if this never comes up on anything,
Yeah.
and you'll be forever wondering what it was.
What? That was the design.
Alright, then.
No,
Well,
just tell me.
you don't have to be stuck here at 4 a.m. If you want, you can just wait. But you can also do things.
Yeah, let's have a look at things. I want to have a look.
Okay, let's go escort the bouncy drow
Yes.
through the ruins before she gets killed.
I do specifically light up a torch first, so I can see. I don't care about these guys.
We've got a few hours until the sun comes up, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I'm
in
not
fact,
been
it being
keeping score on how long it takes.
this time of
Me
year, it's probably not going to ride till 9.
It's this time of
October.
day in this time of year.
Look like some time.
We've been lying
Through it.
temple.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really bother me. I can see it does fine. But we have
Actually, I'm going to roll a d100.
some person.
We have a singular person.
We have a person.
It's okay, just like
Okay, no.
give him a bit of rope and pull him along.
Like, I'm a Smith white male. Why am I being racially profiled?
I was busy rolling stacks.
And you very much missed something. It's quite funny.
Okay.
I'll catch you up.
No, it's okay. Okay.
Basically, surprisingly, Colin is like the diversity hire in this situation.
I'm getting in the replay. Okay, so what you're wandering around? I guess you're right now. You're in like the southern entrance, sort of away from the door,
Yeah.
to the western side a little bit. But you could go further west. You could go up north. It's a fairly large space, but it is clearly wide open.
Yeah, well, that's fine for us. It's just this guy is going to be a problem.
Lighting the torch, lighting the torch.
Putting it out again. And this is for a good reason. You don't want to attract your attention to yourself.
That just makes it. Do you want one of my skeletons to escort you? You can have 2 eats. One each now.
I didn't just put it out to be a dick. I'm trying to avoid bringing any more attention to ourselves in a dark place than we need to.
Put a leash on the pig skeleton and have it be his guide pig.
Yeah, there you go.
I could do that.
Have a guide pig.
I take out one of my ropes and I declare it's my magical animal following rope.
My goodness, you magical ropes.
Is this going to be a thing now? You just keep pulling out your rope and saying it's the thing. It's the
Obviously.
same rope.
I didn't realize there was that many magical ropes. I knew there were some, but
You'd be surprised how many uses a rope can have.
yeah, you'd be surprised that I do know that. Fucking drow.
I'm gonna sort of follow along.
Goddamn drow.
I'm gonna follow along, but floating high up so I can sort of see.
Yes, we've all got a very dark view, so we're
Yeah,
fine.
it's like I can sort of see around more of the area from being up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it was something higher, you might see it because you're 20 foot up in the air. Yeah.
I am being a sightseer looking at the architecture and seeing what I can find.
And just in case it matters, my dark vision goes 120 foot 'cause it's a fast beach, so maybe I can see into
Oh, yeah, right.
yeah. Slightly longer dark vision.
Yeah.
In case it matters.
Well, I mean, what direction? I'm guessing staying in the ruins, but like.
Yeah, we're going to go in the ruins. Let's go north. You said south entrance we came in at, right?
Yeah.
Let's go north first and try and find the middle of this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the middle. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're walking for a short time, few minutes, about 5 minutes. When Rand will see it first, it comes into view. It's a pile of skulls.
Oh.
Some with helmets, some not. The skulls are very big.
Well,
They're all about half of your height.
fun.
So they're all about 4, maybe 4.5 feet tall. Piled up. You just estimating from where you are, you think there's
Lovely.
pretty high because of that,
Yeah, I can imagine.
but they don't reach the top of the ceiling.
Even more space. I'll relay this information to the rest of the group as we approach. Obviously, it's a bit weird.
What skeletons?
Maybe you make some bigger friends.
No, I don't know that.
Do you need to know them?
Yes, and that sister. I don't know if they want to be skeletons. I don't know giants' burial customs. You guys always look really weird.
They're
at the skeleton.
already dead.
Yes, and also I don't think I can. Like I have to actively keep recasting my spells for them. My skeletons I have.
Oh yeah,
I
just
guess
remind
in
you,
that
by the way. Roll a d6 for Brand.
What?
Go
Oh
on.
yeah.
What
Oh, I think-
dragon are we today?
Technically, at the end of last session, you said that because we're in the cold, you
You can choose white if you want.
yeah. But now, fuck it, random. 6, which is choose white. Boom.
Brad's feeling a little bit more less like a human today.
You know, more things would be nice.
Rar.
Well, it's feeling more instinctual.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Also, is it just the stuff scores, isn't it?
Yep.
I kind of need the full body, or at least most, like 99% of the body.
Fair.
Otherwise, it'd just be a head.
I'm curious where the rest of the bodies are.
Why
They
don't
are
you make a
cool.
floating head? That'd be funny.
Well, there's like actual magical things, so you can technically do that, but like, it's not about being funny. It's about the person's life and their own life. You might not want to be just a head. I want them to be just a head. How does it feel to be just a head? Someone just chopped your head off and there you are,
I mean,
floating around.
if my soul's separated from my body and I'm not going to go look at my body again, I wouldn't really care. Now, don't get me wrong, if I'm going to repossess my body at some point, it probably matter. But the odds of that's pretty slim.
Also, it highly limits the things you can do. And it's very disrespectful just to decide that for someone else.
I want to point out just Colin's hearing this conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, to explain, Cole, there's a bunch of literal giants.
Yeah, the giant skull, some with the
Giant
helmets
skull,
on,
yes.
that I heard.
Yes. And we're discussing, the necromancy and the
Yeah.
ethics of it and how she's far too picky.
I don't know, I'm following along. I'm trying to keep all of this running in my head. I'm following it, I think. I also following the pig, and it seems to be wandering off somewhere.
And out of
That
band.
picky, it's just like I only have to use a spell like the fifth circle to cast to make someone
While she's
else into
talking
mine.
about that, Bran's going to start looking around the room and seeing if there's anything of note about it. In addition to these skulls, because obviously there's a text with the door earlier. Is there any more text around this room? Does there anything describe what it does? Is it just a burial site? Yeah, he's trying to figure out
My cat
what's
can't
going
see
on.
anything, can he?
I think your cat actually can't see anything if they don't have dark vision.
But
What kind of cat?
It can see invisible things. It's also it's a cat.
I mean, yeah, it would
exactly.
be reasonable to assume that they.
Does my what? I've done.
I don't think so.
I would assume
Rats don't
that
actually
Don't they?
go live in the dark per se. They're what's the word from it? Morning and evening animals.
Yeah. And they have
Yeah.
little stinky noses.
I just think. I
Yeah,
just thought to
they're
myself. I don't think
invisible.
D&D cats.
Have dark
Cats have
vision.
dark vision. I'm pretty sure they do. He's also a Tressum.
Yeah.
Oh what?
Tressum. So that's why he's a flying cat. He's like a magical creature.
No, look at that. D&D cat does not have dark vision.
Oh, what?
That was
D&D cats are
clearly a
nerfed.
mistake.
Tressum. Oh, does
Oh, there you go. Okay.
60 foot.
Oh, there you go. For standard dark vision. You saw it.
Don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He can see pretty well.
So it's just Colin who can't see.
Actually, remind me once again, because I've got a few different names going through my head for what the Tressum's name is
He's
called.
called Bathory.
Bathory.
And he talks like your Sean Connery impression.
Yes. Specifically by Sean Connery.
Yeah, I like that. That's funny.
Yes, it's accurate. Well, no, he doesn't see anything invisible.
But Matt does have dark vision.
Hey.
Well, he's the only one who doesn't have dark vision.
No.
Wow. Literally the only member of the party.
What about
Oh yeah,
Victor?
Victor's there too. And he
Yeah.
Calling them out, this is fucking bullshit.
Oh dear.
Oh my god. Maybe he had the spell dark vision.
The closest is major illusion, which can technically shed light, because it doesn't say it can.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Best kind of thing.
Well, so you're just sort of walking around in a circle?
Yeah, just inspecting the room, see if there's anything that stands out to me.
Like to do the same thing, but sort of floating along so I can see higher up
Yeah.
the walls and above things and stuff.
Okay. Well, I'll let you know two different things then.
Ooh.
So Brandon will probably notice this first because of the larger range of his vision.
Yes.
You do find a whole skeleton. However, this skeleton is clearly bigger than that of the skulls that you found in the middle.
Damn, giant.
Yes.
Okay.
The category would be huge.
Okay. What's the normal giant category? Apologies.
Not really huge, yeah.
Basically, that it's an intact body, It's entirely a skeleton. It has a big beard and is like kitted out in some kind of metal armor. It doesn't cover entirety of the body.
Okay.
It's just sort of like breastplate, greaves.
Fair enough.
And there's a very big two-handed axe at its feet. Otherwise, it's lying limp.
Point that one out to. Yeah.
Is it like, yes, he was looking at the skulls, so he'll just go around and inspect the skeleton.
So I think you can pick that one back up.
Still have a look at the skeleton.
Sure.
It might be helpful. It's very big.
Well, I mean, what are you trying to find something out?
Yeah, I think we just kind of want to figure out like how it died.
Okay. Yeah, it's medicine.
That would be 18.
18. So basically, there's not really a clear sign because of it being a skeleton. The best thing that you could see that maybe indicates in some kind of way it might have died is that in the center where the ribs are, they are either singed or outright have been disintegrated in like the middle.
So it definitely impacted to the chest, either like fire magic or something like that.
Yeah, definitely a strong source of like heat. Probably very suddenly.
Yeah.
Like burst through them.
Yeah, so you'd be like, oh, definitely.
Is it too
he
late
just killed it.
to speak with dead if it's already a skeleton?
No, that's not. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's fine, perfect.
No,
Why
it-
can't speak
I
with
thought
dead?
I don't know.
His head.
Right, I don't know how Speak with Dead works. Like, is there a time limit or is it just forever?
As long as you've got the head.
As long as they're an intact. Basically.
I don't
Crazy.
think it has to be intact body, I think it's just intact skull.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
as long as they
The
can
speaking
they're
bit.
speaking.
Yeah. And if they want to talk to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they can lie, they can say what they want.
Yeah.
And they're very much of remembrance.
Also, though, Holly, I wanted to tell you something else.
Yeah.
Because you basically being able to float up a little bit and just see a little bit higher, you can actually see the center part of the ceiling.
Mm.
And in the center part of the ceiling, though it's difficult from this distance to see full details, you can see there is like a small hole.
Yeah.
And what you think is maybe some kind of glistening circle? Like maybe there's some kind of rune markings of that.
My cat can't see the runes. They're not like the invisible ones last time.
They're not invisible.
Okay.
It's just hard to see because
Will
it's
I
dark.
know what they are if I can go up and read them?
Well, I'm saying you're at like the peak of your 20-foot levitation. If you could fly or otherwise have some
Throw
other
battery at it.
Yeah, just.
What's the point? Yeah,
I can see through his eyes, can't I?
yeah, you could like
There you
fly
go, Bathory. Send Bathory. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him
That's the
look
first
at it.
thing I forget. Like you can just like, I'm just gonna sit here and seize it.
Yeah, which you could actually do with your
Yeah, I can.
your round.
Yeah.
Yeah, as well.
Remote control drone.
Well, then unfortunately you get into a different problem, which is that as far as I know, you're not able to read them.
Okay, so like I can see
Because-
them, I just don't know what they are.
Yeah, you see them, but you don't understand.
Yeah.
As far as I know, you can't speak giant.
I don't think I can speak giant.
Yes, or read giant.
Do you say this out loud? You tell
I'm
us
sure.
thing.
I can't read that.
Even what? Because obviously I can't see it.
I like to think that her eyes are like full of black right now.
Can you? What if I send my cat to grab your rat, lift your rat up to the room so
Oh, there
that
you
you can
go.
see through his
You-
eyes?
I was going to say,
Do we trust Bathory?
there is an easy solution. If you let me have a torch, I can fly up there and comprehend languages.
No.
I do need 10 minutes to comprehend language myself, just to make sure. I can speak. Like, I can speak quite a few languages, but only
Only 5 language.
I think.
Polyglots be like.
Languages do I know?
I only know 4. Damn it.
Shall I instruct Bathory? Go get that rat and don't you dare eat it.
Sure.
I know 6 languages.
There you go.
Okay, well, Bathory goes over to Lusky and backs it a little, then picks it.
Yeah. I'll spend 10 minutes which will cast comprehend language on myself and then just sit and like my eyes
Prove
just start
that.
going glow, got the same glow as
Yeah.
Muskies.
Okay. If you just like stood next to the giant skeleton.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a funny image in my head.
He seems to look just straight, just like motionless, just like kind of looking up, even though she doesn't realize he's looking up, she does it.
Just full NPC mode while she's looking through his eyes.
Well, Lusky is also just on for the ride.
Yeah.
Like, being held, it's like, Can see this come into view. You just see it in black and white due to the dark vision.
Yeah.
But you can see these runes etched out.
It's like we've taken like the webcam, we've put it on the drone
Exactly.
with like a night vision light on it.
Basically just duct tapes like, don't, except this time it's like, don't fucking eat the rat.
Good thing you don't need to tell your drones not to eat the camera. It's sort of a weird situation because you're looking at it with your comprehend languages, and obviously you just read it and you get like the meaning of it. Like at the same time, you understand that the literal translation is a bit off and weird. But it basically says that this is the final resting point of the soldiers of justice, or the soldiers of... It's a bit of a weird one, because like justice is used like a proper noun, or possibly to refer to a person.
Okay.
I guess here's the weird thing, comprehend language is a bit weird. I just want to read it for a sec. Because it's a bit of a weird one, because I wonder if it kind of...
Would I just read it as the giant
Yeah, you
name?
do.
Do you see the original text as well? You know what I mean? It's a bit...
Magical linguistic understanding.
Yeah, you understand the literal meaning.
Yeah, there you go then. So given literal meaning, and it's up to you to piece it together then. So,
yeah, I mean, I think that's probably what I should tell you then as the DM, because like it's one of these things where like if I were to read you the actual giant, you might look at it and go, oh, maybe I kind of intuit something. But you as a character, I don't think.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's reading this all out loud.
Okay.
It's in black and white because of that vision, but at the same time it gleams a little bit, so you think it might be some kind of metal that's shiny. Also, the hole. It's in the center. It's quite small. It's probably large enough to allow Lusky to go through if you wanted. Like that size. A small amount of like snow can come through it. You're not sure what such a purpose it would have, but the rune markings sort of circle around it, and then there's a concentric circles going into it.
Okay. I'll tell everyone this while I'm looking inside. Yeah, it's a couple of Western pieces of hobbies for a person called Justice. That's the name Justin comes from.
Actually, when I think about it, it'd be a simultaneous thing where it's kind of really weird to think about. Comprehend languages is a weird spell.
Yeah.
But like
Someone's
the
not
word
really
justice is also simultaneously like the word sky.
Oh wait, it's Sky. No, just it's both. It's Sky and Justice.
Sky Justice.
Sky Justice.
Yeah.
Oh, God, sir.
It could just be angels or peacekeepers.
I know.
There's so
Guy
many-
Justice sounds like a Nickelodeon sitcom character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so
Yeah, and there's a little hole that's. I think it goes to the outside. There's a little bit of snow coming out.
then you go look at it.
1 minute. Lusky, try and go through that hole.
No,
Can
Lusky
it fly?
starts squeaking at Baffery.
Lusky wants to go in the hole.
Alternative Baffy. Put him in the hole.
The Baffery, not generally, just shoves Lusky through the hole.
I'll have to get stuck because he's a rotund rat.
Just like that.
that little bit.
Like Baffery's one of those cats, just a big floofy baby, so he's probably got very pudgy little paws.
So, Lusky kind of gets like, he probably could get himself through, but he gets like wedged halfway through, and so his head's sticking out. Looking around a little, he can see that he's kind of on top of a dome, like a big dome roof.
No roof. Guys outside.
Hmm.
There's a lot still.
I guess it's still dark out, so we won't be able to tell if it was.
Yeah, you can't see much.
No, you can't see that far.
Yeah, so.
It's like I'm imagining the camera footage now would be like you see around you like the dome roof and then just darkness and snow.
Yeah, if we see snow, then we know it's outside. So there you go. Okay, so it's just a hole to the outside.
Go back to that food, please. Get back, we get the cat. Get back to the food,
Just.
please.
I imagine his feet are probably still there at the bottom.
It's just a little butt, and he's running. He's running on the spot. You could be seeing this through Bathory's eyes.
Yeah. Just grab him by the tail and sort of
Ooh.
or something. Or by the
It's okay. Bathory would know. I'm just saying.
Bite him by the butt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Lusky probably doesn't like that.
No. But hey, he's being manhandled by a cat, so.
Yeah. Your point of view like swings.
Oh god, yeah.
Lusky! You don't like that.
We might have
How motion sick did she get from the swinging?
Yeah, she was kind of walking. This is weird.
steady the drought.
Hand literally on her.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to see.
You start getting motion sickness like in VR.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. We'll take Lusky when they get back down.
Yes.
Stupid pet.
Oh,
Looks fat.
Lusky very scared
Yeah.
and cold.
Back in the coat.
Okay.
Well, if there's nothing more we can do here, I don't see anything particularly of value.
It seems to be a resting place. We
Well,
need
let's
to
keep
respect.
going though.
Okay.
Sorry. Sort of. I want to sort of levitate down from where I am to the giant skeleton.
I just recalled that you can speak with dead.
That's
women.
literally what I was about
You need
to
to
do.
tell us she's going to do that though.
Yeah, I don't even know you can do that.
Yeah, no, none of
I
us
had
do.
to be so excited.
She,
I'm gonna no.
she,
I'm
she
not.
doesn't think of it as like casting a spell.
I'm not
She just like
I-
asks it a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sort of levitate down to her and be like, "Who are you?"
Huh.
It's some giant translation here.
Yeah, you do have the problem that it starts speaking. Wait, you still have.
Yeah, both of us could cast comprehend languages.
Well, yeah.
So
There you
Oh,
go.
here we go. Translator time.
Yeah.
you start hearing it speaking giant, and you are comprehending what it's saying,
Yeah.
and it declares itself to be justice
I think when
and sky.
when she hears this, because she doesn't know she can cast that spell, I don't think wizards.
Although this is the point, those of you who haven't casted the spell, you would hear something here.
Okay. I also spend 10 minutes to cast comprehend languages so I can also understand it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need. I'm gonna
As long
need
as
you
I can
guys to
hear it, it's
translate.
fine.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it to words without
Wizards
singing.
can't learn and speak with dead.
I thought you could.
I don't think he has it. I think
Can,
so definitely.
can I do a religion check to see if I know who the
If
team
he's
is?
going to react really happy when she hears this, he's like, I can speak.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's become a new thing. Optional variant classes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Yeah, but-
roll to see if I know what that name means.
I'm going to roll religion to see if I
That's
can.
what-
Religion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone can roll religion.
Roll
No,
religion.
you couldn't
Nah.
hear it. You hear the actual meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say here it would say
You may
tier.
Only an 8 for me.
Can't see if I have
You
any
don't have
bonus
that.
to religion, but
Upon hearing this, because Gamira did not see
11?
that spell, she just hears the skeleton
Yeah, yeah.
speaking. He goes,
Interesting name choice.
Yeah, just sort of looking at like,
This is the place
What?
the tomb is for, then, right?
The worries of
what
justice.
is the hole in your chest?
I'm guessing it's probably about a fire damage or something like that. That's what I said anyway.
So.
Oh, fucking stabbed by a really hot sword.
They can elaborate basically as much as they want.
Yeah.
I was felled by the fire from the air.
Oh, lightning strike.
Oh,
Got it.
fire from the- oh.
No.
You wouldn't know what a lightning strike is, would you? You haven't spent enough time on ground. Yeah.
It came from the Great Destroyer.
Great Destroyer. Ooh. Well, we do
You're
know
not
that
there yet.
dragon's here.
I was going to say, you're translating this back.
Yeah, I'm translating back. Are you here as well?
Yeah, Brandon's just like, right this second.
Oh, so that dragon that we probably first probably fire dragon, not wicked dragon.
Yeah, Brand.
Oh, yeah. What if that dragon does have lightning breath? That probably could have been it. Especially if it was flying.
The electricity thing?
Yeah, so it's like
What? I was just like, like static.
it would. I'll go into like the physics about lightning breath. So basically, you see, there's 4 states of matter. Yeah, okay. So basically,
Wait,
lightning is the 4 state of matter. It's a matter of plasma that comes down from the clouds and strikes things below. Usually goes for large objects like trees, but in this case, a giant.
does Colin know this?
What wouldn't Colin know? He almost knows anything. Bad.
I mean, well, this brings back memories.
Trying
for me,
to
but
think,
okay, cool.
trying to think about what else would be a good thing for Ravenna to ask this skeleton. This giant.
Can I ask up until
This is they're not in a tomb, they're just on the floor, aren't they? Why
That's,
are they in the
that's
tomb?
the giant. What happened to the destruction after he got a hole in his chest?
I think he just died. I don't think you'd know that.
You don't know that. You don't know how it took his killing.
As in, like,
He said something about it took this form of destruction. Like, what happened to that after around? Well, how much does he know after before he died? Something along those lines.
what was the destruction?
so he would say, So okay, a different perspective
Yeah.
thing. So those who haven't cast comprehend languages, you do, would hear him say something Nifog, something Ragnarok. So you would hear the literal translation, the serpent/dragon of the apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon of the Apocalypse, so these people were probably around for the last apocalypse that happened, and yeah, Dragon of the Apocalypse.
I'm just going to stare directly at Brad.
Oh, Dragon of the Apocalypse!
I wonder who that could be.
you mean.
I'm gonna attempt to stare directly at Brandon, looking in random directions.
So the skeleton stops being animated after I've asked her the third question, right?
Nope, 5.
5. Okay.
Ask him why he's not in it. Why they're not in there too? Because they're just on the ground.
Why are you not
But it's just laying on the ground.
buried?
He says, I should be in hell, but I am not.
No, are they?
Although,
yeah,
there's a difference in the literal, it both means in and also with.
No, with. In or with.
And also, hell is both, it's the way it's used as like a place, but also a person.
Okay.
Can I also ask him, who is in the lake?
Okay, he would say, I am not certain, but so you would hear him say, he'd refer to seafarer as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You hear the proper name, Nord. He says that the seafarer might be in the lake with one of his ships. I'm not certain.
You know, it says a seafarer might be there, or the seafarer, I mean.
Okay, well then it's definitely not the goddess who's supposedly talking to you.
It wasn't the goddess talking to me, it was the friend of the goddess. Wants me to free the goddess. That's the human common name, right?
Yeah. Not quite where I'm from, but yeah.
And then he just dies, I assume.
Well, so.
We can assume that these people were here before during the last apocalypse. That
Yes.
and
appears
your
so.
mum came up about me.
I'm not surprised.
Did she come up during every apocalypse?
I don't know. I'm relatively recent if you haven't noticed.
I know.
Yeah, that's my point.
Interesting if that is a thing, because since you know about it.
Yeah, the more questions I ask her, the more she's going to know I'm clued in, so you have to be careful with this sort of thing.
Okay. Don't ask your mum questions.
If you're going to try not to give too much away.
I will try. Very concentrated look on her face.
Yeah, just never wear this, and he holds up the communication ring.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what's that?
A one-way ticket to send your mind to hell. How I
What's
talk
very
to.
powerful? It's sending. Yes, okay. We have them.
Yeah, that one gives you a direct link, though. You
Oh, that's
probably
very
never
cool.
lost
I'd affect then if we can do interplanar communications.
very specific into planar communication.
Still, it's very
Yes,
it's
but
diplomatic. Nancy.
well, yes, it's an artifact from a god of hell. Would you
What
expect?
are you wearing that as a necklace?
No, he's in like a pocket or something.
I think at one point Eagle was
Well,
wearing
sorry,
it.
Eagle was, but
Yeah.
obviously since that,
Yeah.
obviously the chain to go around Eagle's neck would be much smaller than to go around Brand.
No, it wasn't a chain, he just wore the ring.
Oh yeah, he just wore the ring. Yeah, that's it.
I
Yes.
have no idea how he got it round his head.
Neither did Eagle, but he did.
Igor does not question. Igor does.
It was never coming off after that.
No. There might have been some manipulation magic involved or something.
It's pure desperation.
All that,
I
yeah.
have to keep a hold of this, otherwise I'm dead.
Pretty much, to be fair.
Master needed. Master will need me. I get to be with Master.
Oh, good old Igor.
When do we get the next model?
Good question. Probably after 2
Usually
months.
comes out September.
Yeah.
Comes back and he's like slightly more shiny, a little bit
Slightly shiny,
larger.
slightly bigger, a little healthier.
Yeah.
Changes very quickly.
Until I break it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like one less feature that people like think they should bring back.
Well, that means if you level up command space, we might be able to get some information about how the apocalypse happened and, prepare for the one that's coming in a few days.
From what I've seen so far, destruction and chaos.
I know, but to see what exact destruction and chaos will happen, what signs we need to be looking out for.
I
Oh yeah, there's you. I suppose, technically anything you are a sign. I think your mum definitely is a sign, but you're probably a harbinger.
I'm a yes. Sign of the apocalypse right here.
Does Brad feel good about that?
He feels neutral about it.
Okay.
He hasn't made his mind up about this place yet.
Mm.
He likes food though.
I don't think necessarily you are a sign. Really?
Agree to disagree.
Once again, Collins and just complete darkness.
Yeah, exactly. That's the sort of thing.
I'm just hearing, it's almost like hearing voices in the head. I could be asleep for all I know.
Yeah.
This could all be a dream.
I think
Yeah, let me show you how it's not a dream.
I think someone just looks at Colin and looks at you and like, to be fair, that thing over there looks really cool though, and it's just a blank wall.
What?
You can't see.
Yes, it's a very interesting artifact you seem to have spotted there.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely couldn't take it out, it's too big.
No,
It's
it's not
interesting.
giant sized, it would be impossible
Yeah.
to move.
There is the
Oh,
giant-sized
God.
axe, which, I mean...
I'm gonna look at the wall with like, oh,
No, we're just
that's
trolling
pretty.
Well, I was more pointing out that, well, you could try to swing it, but... I mean... I think it's like a check every time you do it, and I'm expecting, like... Can you get 30?
Are you just looking at the axe?
There is interest in Brand's eyes, yes.
How far do you think you can throw it? Yeah, a
How-
couple hours until sunlight.
Well, I would just say I think you probably need like an athletics 30 just to swing it.
To be
Yeah.
fair, if I kept giving you Bardic Inspiration, that's like 4 swings a day. Oh,
Yeah.
rest of these. Oh dear.
I mean, I just take my bag of holding and just go like that.
Oh, I get a +9, so if I rolled a 20, I'd be on 29. So plus a bardic, I'd be able to
And
swing.
Bardic's like a D8, so that makes it slightly easier.
Yeah.
No, that's at least a 1 in 4.
There you go. Swing the axe, smash Tyr's corpse to bits. Actually, that'd be very in character.
I should have asked if you want. I should have asked,
Very disrespectful.
I should have asked if he'd like to come back as a skeleton. And I considered doing that.
Have that thing pointing at the axe.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could swing that.
But you are very strong.
It is very big. I might need a hand.
Facing the opposite direction. Holding a lead to a fucking skeleton being attacked.
Just yells into the darkness. You can do it.
Wait, hold on.
So you're cutting words with me instead.
Oh, I was going to see if I could cutting word you, but apparently I need to see you to cut word. For that inspiration, you just need to hear me.
Yeah.
So, I'm annoyed at that.
Weird.
That's
I
funny.
can make you bigger.
I mean, that'd work.
It does improve your strength, I believe. Or I could just throw the axe, depending how heavy it is.
Yeah, I have a specific idea in mind. I'd really like to just give it a swing.
If I give you some inspiration, could you please let me cast some light round here?
Oh, do you need light? I just cast dancing light. Cantrip.
Now you can see there's a giant skeleton.
Holy shit! That's what they look like.
Well, yeah, it's the skeleton. It's the big skeleton. What do you think it looked like?
It says that it grants you advantage on strength checks. Obviously, it would make you large.
Lord.
It's somebody said dim light for 10-foot radius.
Mhm.
This is just the smaller.
It's kind of it's a dim light.
It did like tiny little.
But I'm hyped out.
Obviously, it would be able to be seen from distance, but I guess it's whether or not you think there's something to see it.
Okay, so you put them out.
Thank you.
Oh, I got a glimpse.
Easy cantrip, so I can just keep doing it if you want to look at something.
Right,
I can also make fire. The whole point is we're trying not to attract attention.
Yeah, but
to
I can
ourselves.
just do it like this.
Who's flickering the light?
Oh, dear. There are four. That's just nothing.
I like it's like five like little dim lights as well, so just like one each different times.
I have to remember how long comprehend languages lasts. Isn't it?
Looking that long.
1 hour.
Oh, there you go, long enough.
Well, this is on for 1
Well,
hour.
it lasts for a while, and it's a ritual, so if you keep recasting it.
If you just walk on for an hour and just start going
Yeah.
out.
Well, let's just keep going then.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, while wandering around the ruins, you find them surprisingly empty. You all have shit passive perception, except for Mark. But he's blind. So,
Yay!
those of you who are not blind,
Hey, hold on, don't you have better wisdom than I do? You still should be alright.
you're like actively looking around. I think you have like 12, right?
I can look at what my passive is. Let me find it. There is passive is 12.
Yeah, but you have Jack of
12,
Fairies as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Can you make perception checks? The three of you.
Oh god, that's awful. 2 plus 4. I put 2 plus 2, sorry, I think, so 4 total. Let me just check my plus. Where's my perception? Yeah, plus 2, so that's 4 total.
I think those two are deciding
Right.
about making up shit.
You want me to roll?
Yeah, probably. We're probably too busy trolling Colin to notice anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About 5 and that.
That's a 5, yeah.
Perception,
I
right?
think you
Right, and on the left, you'll see an
One.
ancient giant
About the
goblin.
amazing six.
Oh, look at the gems, they're huge!
I will think Victor got 18.
Statues, it's it.
See, Victor's coming in handy.
There you
Yeah.
go, yay, Victor!
So, okay.
I'm
Well-
assuming that's even without putting keen hearing and smell into it. That's just his perception.
Yeah, I would say probably not relevant in this case,
Fair.
just seeing it. He notes that there is, in the sections that aren't hit by the wind, there is like a thin layer of dust on the ground, which when he gets it a bit closer and has a look at it, he realizes that it's ground up bone dust.
Oh, okay.
Strange.
Yeah. Because Victor's probably got the same. Victor's got the 120-foot dark vision as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if he's the one that notices it, he does it like he did. He like picks it up, rubs it between his fingers, tastes it a little bit. Like, Mom, this dust ain't normal dust. It's bone dust.
Bone dust.
Oh,
And at that point, Brand also inspects it. He's like, what the fuck?
I was uninspected too, just picking up my fingers like.
It's like a very large amount of bones were ground into dust.
I think we found where the rest of the skeletons went.
Handful of dust. Why would someone do this?
Well, clearly they have different burial rituals to what you're used to.
That'd take a lot of effort and a lot of heavy items. This don't just happen naturally.
I know. There's a lot. Yeah, a lot.
I've snapped a few bones in my time, but never ground them up.
It does occur to you as well that the amount might be partially explainable by the size of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, given the number of skulls we found back there. Yeah,
That's even more impressive that a massive bone's been ground this finely.
If it was for burial rituals, traditionally I would believe, just speculating, you would put the dust into something and not just spread it around on the floor.
Well, clearly we aren't giants.
No, I think I would just give you this, really. As you come closer to one of the doors, you note that while the wind is blowing through, dust on the ground might blow around inside, but it never seems to leave.
Oh, the dust is something. Dust is not leaving.
The dust does never go out the door.
It can't go out the door.
Ooh. Weird magical barrier things. Interesting.
Okay.
As Victor, he just grabs like a handful of the bone dust and tries to throw it out.
It slams against some kind of magical barrier and slides down and blows away.
Brand now walks up to this magical barrier
I'm
and
walking up
sees
to this
it.
and like I'm inspecting. Like, okay, what is this?
Yeah, upon putting your hand through whatever, you can easily walk through yourself.
Yeah, he would have probably tested it with like his sword at first just to be sure it's not going to like vaporize him or some dumb shit like that.
Can the living skeleton, can they go through it?
That's good.
I did try and pick up a handful
Yeah,
of
They
the
did
dust.
walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if I pick up a handful of the dust, the bone dust, I carry it through the barrier?
You find it all seeps through your hand. If you test with one of your skeletons, they find they can walk out.
You just need specific bone dust or the skeleton, the giant skeletons itself, so it's specific to the people. I'm just looking at like
Some sort of enchantment that's
doorway.
keeping them here.
Can't try and find any ruins or anything like.
You think if there are any runes or anything that's making this place magical, they're not in view.
On the inside.
Well, there you go. So this is some sort of burial chamber.
Keep stuff in.
Indeed.
Do like an arcana check or something like that. Just like think of like magic knows because with necromancy and stuff like that.
Can I cast Speak with Dead again
You won't be able to cast it on. Wait, on what?
on the skull?
Oh, angel?
Yeah, like one of the skulls that's in here.
Yeah.
You just sort of pick it up and just be like,
But yeah, you give me an arcana check as well. I don't even just sort of saying. I would say the DC for this is probably like 20.
Only 13.
You kind of you think possibly this is something you could look into if you were able to have some sort of source for research. You had like a book relevant, or perhaps somebody to talk to and ask about it. Yeah, you go up to a skull. It's big, like almost as big as you.
Yeah.
Um,
like I sort of levitate in front of it, sort of speak to it again, just be like,
I want to just ask before you do. Are you like asking? There's a big pile.
Yeah, but we'll ask one at the top.
yeah, I probably can't ask multiple. I will ask one at the top.
One at the top. Okay. Sure.
Who are you?
So
Here's the start one again.
It starts answering, I am Lonnie.
Like, looking out of breath. She just had to run over this. The name's Lonnie. Oh, God. I don't run a lot.
Why are you here?
He says, I don't know.
You don't know. Oh,
Why can't you leave here?
I don't know.
you don't know.
To be fair, if they died somewhere else and got brought here to be buried or put here by ceremony, they would probably have stopped learning things when they died.
How did you die?
The last thing I remember was a huge claw coming down upon my body.
I'm gonna just point like menacingly at Bran, like
Nothing to do with this.
Ask them if they know of anything about multicolored dragons.
what color was the creature that killed you?
It was many.
Your mom did it.
Okay, I did it. Shut up.
That's survived an apocalypse.
Oh yeah, she's a god from hell. Hell wasn't even that badly affected by the last one.
Isn't hell as in a person?
I think you did. Did you do 5 questions?
Who are you?
Name.
Why are you here?
How did you die?
Why can't you get out of here? How did you die? What color was the thing that killed you? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Second sound.
Yeah, and I was
Thank
like,
God for that. These people creep me out. They know my mum. I don't like people that know my mum.
People know of your mum.
Yeah, know of and no.
I guess that is the difference, especially if you're a god.
Yes.
If you know a god, that probably says quite a lot about you.
my mom knows
Precisely.
your mom.
Well, yeah, they're both gods. You know, it happens.
I know, it seems like your mum's been around a bit more.
Yes.
What's wrong
When you
with
have
that?
5 personalities in one body, it happens.
So a goddess that's lived a very long time.
Yes.
Sorry, this conversation's
Yeah.
And I keep imagining Colin in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh, it's completely in the dark.
Hold on, make it more realistic.
Yeah.
He's walking around like
for the people listening, Will has turned himself around away from us so that he can't see what's happening.
you're just walking around like following this pig that also
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, but it's okay. We're guiding the pig.
Skeletons can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. The pig can see, and the pig's following us. So it's
You
fine.
die with getting dark vision.
Buffet has been given the advantages of being undead
Yeah.
and being able to see in the dark.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Lol.
Yes, and in relation to the whole hell thing, there's many layers of hell. I'm pretty sure there's someone called Hell who lives on one of the levels of hell. It's a whole thing.
Weird though. Why would you name yourself after the place you live?
Who knows? Maybe it was a layer.
In certain cultures, there are places that have some. You know, they're holophones, but they
Could you please turn around again?
Oh, I like that. I have my articles and everything.
Okay. Well,
Well, there's the rest chamber, isn't there? We can check that out and then go outside.
I mean, let's see how far we can get through this place. Maybe there's
Okay.
other stuff in here
Keep
we've not
walking.
seen yet.
sorry, what were you referring to?
Did you say there was a rest?
That more, I was more just sort of saying you
That's where
found
we,
a bit of a corner to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
we made camp in a corner of a room.
Okay.
No, you've basically seen everything in the room as far.
Okay, and is there any other room? Is there any other rooms attached to this room? Or is there only one door in?
It's the 2 doors in.
Okay.
There's the across from each other,
Yeah. So
north and south side.
we came on
um,
this south end.
But imagine it's just a massive
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
It's not got rooms within it. It's just one big structure.
So there's the north side door, just go straight out again.
Yep.
Okay. You said there was another door on the south side door as well, didn't you?
Yeah, which you
Yeah,
came in.
Do you say? I thought
Oh, no, no.
there's another, or is it just
Before I probably referred to as there being 2 doors,
Yeah.
but basically, if you imagine you came in during the day,
Yeah.
when you came in, you could see there was another door straight across as well.
Okay.
Go outside, find the archfey. No, so no, it was a god. Yeah, it was a god.
We were trying to find a trickster god,
Trickster god, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I got mixed up with it.
which entirely could be.
Yeah. That was me getting mixed up.
I mean, it could be you just predicting the future, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Just
You don't know.
future sight.
I think we did decide to got was that one divination spell.
Yeah.
From the cleric spell list.
But yes, we still have to find a trickster god, and this ruin has got no closer.
Let's go. I wonder what Trickster God's like. We probably have to try and lure him out. Lure them out.
I have a feeling the god of trickery will be able to outwit us in most regards.
Do we know the name?
No, we know very little, just that they don't want to be found.
I can talk to another dead person if you'd like.
Yes, please.
To be fair, the important one should probably, if you want to speak to someone and get information, you should probably speak to the important one. Maybe they know about this trickster god.
Can you speak with Dad again on the same body?
No, not for 10 days.
Not for 10 days. Okay.
Ah!
The same.
Okay, well, we've kind of backed ourselves into one on that one.
I mean, you could go at a different skull.
I could go pick up a different skull.
Ah.
I mean,
Well-
I would love to speak to skulls all day, literally all day, but we do need to find a Trickster God.
See battalion, how many skulls?
Yeah.
We do need to look for the Trickster God.
We need information to find the trickster god.
Oh yeah, ask him
Relax.
about a Trickster God that lives near. Yeah.
Just
If
pick a particularly important looking skull out, hope they know
Think of one in their
something.
helmet.
I will, yeah, there you go. Oh, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll go in again with one of the two that can translate for me, and just sort of be like, well, probably with Chimera because you can translate.
Yes.
Go to the
Translate
one.
and
Go to
speak.
the one in the helmet and be the same. Who are you?
So,
Wasting a question every
you
time.
find,
Very important.
Yeah.
you find this one has like a slightly gilded helmet. You're not gilded. You're gilded with something. Once again, black and white vision. But clearly kind of fancier looking helmet.
Yeah.
So once again, the literal translation, you get basically it's like General Rock.
Mhm.
The name is more like Rock Gear.
So General Rock. General, very important.
Who is the trickster god?
Okay, so he would say, the vile deceiver Loki.
There you go then.
Do you know? Ask him if you know where Trickster God that lives around here is.
Does Loki live around here?
Okay, so he would say, no, this is not where he lives, but he often visits in order to do his mischief.
Do you know a way of how to get him out? Speak to us.
Yeah, how can we speak to him? The best question.
How
Well,
can
not
we-
that, so.
How can we know it's him?
You can't.
How can we speak to him?
The only way that he's ever been known to be controlled or bound was when he was bound using his children.
Oh, that seems mean. Bound with his children.
Well, we have a friend who has rope that can combine anything. I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah,
How'd you call him?
again.
I'm very good at rope.
You just need to get God binding rope now.
I bet that's very expensive. I don't
Yeah.
think we should really start with the binding thing. We probably want to start with speaking.
Gotta
You don't really want to rush into binding.
bind to speak, apparently. There you go.
I mean, it's not.
Tell me more about BDSM.
It's a drab. There's something that I've changed in drag culture. To the very first major.
In drag culture, BDSM's vanilla.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Not very much matriarchy, even in that.
I think it was more loose internet, but yeah.
Not loose, but it's still definitely.
Yeah.
It's got themes of that.
It's just not going to culturally just disappear.
No.
No. Tangent. Well, anyway, school went back to being silent. You got some kind of answers.
We're looking for a Loki. He's got a name now.
And how do we go find him?
Well, he likes to cause mischief. So we
Okay.
probably
And we
find
can't.
someone that might be fun to cause mischief on.
And we can't tell that it's him.
There's not a lot of things that seem to be around here, so just assume everything's Loki. Maybe the voice in my head is Loki.
Good idea.
Ah,
Don't go near the
voice
lake.
in my head.
You don't hear anything.
I don't think they're still here.
I'd say at this point it's, probably moved forward a few hours. You don't, it's not quite dawn, but you can see the light of dawn coming in.
Could we go to the lake? That's the only other place I know of.
I suppose so.
Yeah, let's go.
At least I can find on the sea for once. Jesus.
I cast my
It's going to cast darkness on him and then.
I have got a counter spell, I've got my own planet.
cast flashing light straight in his face, so it's like when you
Oh, yeah,
when you
yeah,
open
yeah.
up the blinds first thing in the morning, you're like, fuck.
Too bright.
I'm used up my spell slot, so I'll probably take a short rest at some point.
No.
What did I fucking see?
You can cast it.
Dazzling.
So,
Thank you.
Oh, can I?
My spell work is very good.
It's there as a spell.
yeah, you can cast it as a spell, but I don't know why you have that, to be honest, because
Oh, can I ritual cast it?
you have invocation.
Pretty sure I just have speak with dead normally.
I thought you had a thing. Maybe it's even the Warlock and Dead thing. I don't remember. I remember there being a thing about Speak Undead.
Speak of animals was better though. I spoke
Oh, yeah.
I took the invocation that could speak of animals. It's not a great invocation like usually in games. There's much better ones because I know, fuck you, I'm speaking to the rat. And it's going to speak to every single cat.
Honestly,
But also the thing
I
with
think
the
the ranger
squirrel.
got to speak with Dead. We just spoke to the blue jay and found out how much of a dick he is.
Nice.
I loved His Majesty.
I got to that squirrel that everyone apparently kicks. I was like, why did you kick the squirrel? Like you just
Because the squirrel's a
Talk to
dick.
the squirrel's a dick, but it's like okay.
I've seen videos of the two dancing squirrels next to us up here.
Mm-hmm.
They're just basically just dancing along to it. It's sweet. So sweet. Both criticising and music. I'm going to dance fair to encourage it to play fair.
That's funny.
Aww. I need to play more Baldur's Gate. I put it on hold because I had so many other personal projects that I've now finished.
It's just whenever me and my
This was
brother
it.
have free time, we just go
Yeah,
on it.
I thought you had the invocation Whispers of the Grave that lets you cast Speak with Dead without using a spell slot. But maybe you don't. Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just kind of goaded you into using all your spell slots.
Yeah, but
It's like frick nap you find your wall.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm more.
Yeah.
I can take a nap.
That's
So,
true.
yeah. We were waiting for that daylight, so it makes sense.
So yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you sort of hang out and wait for the daylight a little bit longer, and then you've taken that short rest, and then you walk
It's
out.
got so much stuff in this. You made it sound so much cooler.
Yeah.
Are the bats still hanging around, or did they sort of dissipate as I left?
Oh, God damn it! I'll look them up. Bats. The not cloaker bat. It's the whistle. Or is it flute?
Yeah.
Whistle.
I don't know. You just want the bat whistle.
Yeah, they'll disappear.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll with this.
What I might do is blow it again, summon a few more bats, and tell them to go and cause mischief.
Okay, so start fucking with Colin. One of them.
To be fair,
Did I roll for how many bats I summoned this time?
to be fair, could I befriend the bat?
4 bats.
It's 2d6.
Oh, 2d6. That's 4. 5 bats.
Now here's the
Giant
thing.
bats.
Here's the thing. My cloak of wings can either be angelic wings or bat wings. If I do bat wings, could I confuse them into thinking I'm part of them? Stop them fucking around.
Oh,
with me.
no.
You're gonna pop them out and say, I am the night.
Please say I am the night again, but like louder.
So, I am the night.
Yes, thank you. I love your Batman impression.
Sorry. Your night. A Batman.
Marshall White. Shut up.
I think once he does this, I'll just go next to Vance. Thinks he might be onto something if he causes enough mischief. He might appear. So I think fucking with Colin might be a good bet.
You know, I can hear you guys.
So,
No, you can't.
So fortunately, the bats are not. They basically just do what Ravenna says. You can't really influence them. So with the description of fuck with, they're basically just like
Well, I said go cause mischief.
okay, mischief, yeah.
That's a go cause mischief.
So basically, they start just trying to snick your stuff. Like one of them tries to steal your sword. Oh, and yeah, one of them steals Lusky. Just flies off with him.
He's cheating.
Bring that rat back.
One of them is attempting to. Oh yeah, wait. That was a 1 and 19. One of them fucks up trying to steal Bathory. Bathory's having none of it. The one with the rat brings it back to you, handing you Lusky.
Just hand it to Gamera.
Yeah. The one with Colin is just trying to peck at your like cloak, just like putting on it. Yeah.
I'm keeping that hell on tight.
Yeah. They're flying around trying to fuck with things. The other two are like can't find anything to fuck with.
Don't mess him up.
They start actively attacking Colin.
Yes.
Colin just running.
You think that the bat's concept of mischief is pretty limited?
I can imagine.
Yeah. While you're walking along, it doesn't take long for something to come into view. Though, it being that dawn is coming up. Basically, like, the lake, if you look towards the lake, you see the rising sun. Which is weird, because that's to the west. Having it be the opposite way. Yeah, look.
Reverse sun.
Are you looking at the map and see if you can see where
Yeah.
you are?
Rough idea, maybe.
Well, oh yeah, we found the map. That's cool. So these sort of like a glistening lake. If you look closely at the actual water, it looks particularly dark underneath the surface. But also a quite obvious huge ice shard. It's just sticking out of the earth. I wish to look at size categories.
It's actually ginormous.
I mean, we could go to the lake and I could just start shouting for Terry and see if he's
Okay.
got more info. I don't know how to get a hold of him. There's definitely something under that lake. I want to
Yeah, maybe we don't want to shout at the thing in that way.
kind of want to shout at the thing.
You're all
You're
actively looking at the lake. You can roll perception checks. If you would like.
Oh, 16. Roll a 17.
What do you want us all to roll?
Hey, I got a 17 plus, well, my perception is plus 2, 19.
That's a 16
Nice.
plus
Wow.
so
Yeah.
16 plus
Got 2 16s and a 19. And what were you?
plus my perception, my plus 1, so
Oh, yeah.
17.
Boom.
15. Because 7 plus guidance plus perception.
Okay. Well,
Just guidance to yourself.
Yeah, guidance is great. You just give yourself a plus 4,
Yeah.
D4 every time.
well, you all notice, like, you all just like, You basically notice that there is,
Use my magical anti-darkness sight.
like, about the size of an arm, a like tendril. It was only just sort of sticking out of the water, about 30 feet out. It has just an eye on the end, the big kind of greenish yellowish eye. It doesn't have a pupil. You think it was looking directly at all of you,
Hey, babe.
and then it just like splooshed back into the water quite suddenly.
Is that the seafarer?
Maybe. Not like it be. Do you know of anything with weird?
Okay, I'm just going to say something. Big lake, weird sea creature. I'm in heavy armor. I might be good at swimming, but I'm not getting fucking drowned in a lake. The river was enough.
How long can you hold your breath?
Not long enough.
Well, to answer your question of whether you know of anything like this, I would say you could roll nature or Arcana, but the Arcana check would be a high DC.
Okay.
I'd say like it'd be like 20 for nature, 25 for Arcana.
Kind of. Yeah, I don't think I could actually get out of nature.
Well,
But yes, what is nature? Is it? Nature's wisdom, isn't it?
Yeah.
actually, I think you're +5. No, nature's intelligence.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I get
This is your knowledge of nature.
Yeah, I'll go nature.
I get a +2 Arcana. I might attempt it.
Nope.
It's a 16. I'd like a light on.
I can read it for you.
I've got an actual one. I'm just thinking all the other things.
Oh.
People can know that have tendrils and that. There's a lot.
You're +5 to Arcana, so
Yeah,
you're 21.
21.
Which is not good enough.
Not good enough.
Hold on, guidance.
Woo!
Fucking guidance, man.
P4.
That's another 3.
24. It's
Yeah.
Ah! Quick, give me an inspiration or something.
Shit, yeah, why not?
Plus bad inspiration.
Yeah. Well, plus like another D8, so...
They get you succeed
I mean,
at that point,
technically
right?
your daughter succeed, but like, this is definitely... I'm allowing it. It's supposed to like do it before the roll.
No, it's
But-
fine.
Well, no, technically you can do it before you know the result.
Yeah,
No, but you know the result.
You shouldn't have said anything.
you have to give us that information ahead of time.
I did, yeah.
It's on you, Jim. It's on
I
you.
did. God damn it.
We definitely don't know the result of this.
Yeah.
I like to sometimes say that because then the players like know what.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, but this time.
That's another 8.
There you go.
I look at this thing and I think really hard to what I know about magical creatures that I know exist.
Okay, so you remember a particular lesson in which you were very bored, where Mark Sephiroth was talking you through particularly dangerous magical creatures.
I thought that was his name.
So, he was one time talking to you about a creature that he described under a bunch of different names. He said it's like a huge fish-like creature, but it isn't a fish. He said that they existed long before even his kind existed, that they have memories eternal and can control people with their minds. You recall this being described as a dangerous creature you should avoid or kill if needed. However, also, you always remembered to take everything that Mark Sephiroth told you with a pinch of salt because he was a demon.
Mhm.
This was like the main thing you remember from that lesson. There were various other things that were taught to you, but you don't really remember because you weren't really paying attention.
I'm just doodling edgy things on the back of the paper.
I'm imagining somehow like Colin just said something to you, and you were like, "Oh yeah, I remember this one lesson."
Yeah.
So you think there's something about it looking like a fish, and the me sort of remembering.
The fish-like thing.
The fish-like thing, yeah. I don't pay attention to half of what Mark Sephiroth tells me.
Big fish-like thing bad.
Oh, Dad, we should leave. I don't want to deal with that.
Considering most of us saw it, I'm like, yep, living sounds good, yep.
No, lucky.
I mean, if you want to go and die, that's fine.
Not really, but we do need to find.
Okay, yeah. Greater Demon says bad fish thing avoid.
Okay, we avoid the bad fish thing.
Just look, if it scares fucking Mike Sephiroth of all people, I can't be bothered to deal with it.
Like,
Okay,
we could
fine.
probably kill it, but I don't want to go in a lake. I don't want to drown. And quite frankly, unless it's going to come up here and fight us like a fish, that I'm not dealing with it.
To be fair, we'd probably have a better chance with a dragon.
Yes, I've practiced against dragons. I've not practiced against fish things from the deep.
Let's go find the dragon.
Makes
No, that wasn't the suggestion.
Oh, well, there is the ice dragon. We'll talk to them. They might know about it.
They might.
Depends how old they are and how long they've lived here.
They were telling me to go towards the lake before the voice in my head.
Oh, that. Yeah, it wanted that to eat you, probably.
Did it? It's so nice. They were talking about being a goddess.
Yeah, but what would interest you to make you go to a lake so it can eat you?
The lake, books, magic things. I have my own goddess. I'm not really into other people's gods.
If you're a nice person, you save people.
True, I do like helping people.
Yeah, so, it was going to try and pretend you to help and then you eat it while it eats you.
Like that voice in your head was probably that thing.
Voice in my head, can you still hear me? No.
Say that out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, if you all hear in your heads creatures over on the shore.
Hi.
I think we can all hear this one.
Do you know Loki?
I do not know an individual called that name.
That's a shame.
No, she might. And
Oh, boy.
it's sort of weird because you get just the gesture in your mind
Mm-hmm.
that is gesturing over slightly to the north. You think at the giant icicle.
I think giant icicle, not them. You don't want to eat. Do you want to eat it?
At this juncture, that would not be very useful.
I'm still not
It's not very useful. Did it say I might know?
I'm still not
You probably
trusting
want
it.
to eat it at some point.
What's in the icicle? Which you can clearly hear it.
I believe it to be some kind of goddess.
Okay, so we've got a dead god in the temple. We've got another one frozen in ice. We've got one who's fucked off somewhere.
I am holding my staff like really closely to my chest this entire time.
It's like, mine!
It's only has one, but it's not getting the rest of it.
But one was frozen, one had fire. I wonder if... Damn, she's got style. 5 heads, 5 different executions. Makes sense.
Oh, what? There's only 3. No,
So
That
three we
we know
found.
of.
that we know of. I think Loki. So we were thinking eats elephant. What do you think Loki is? He's tricked there. I don't really see.
Oh yeah, he might have escaped. I'm saying she's clearly going for style here.
Suppose. I mean, if we start messing with the icicle, it might attract Lucy. Loki.
Are you creatures allies?
They're siblings. They're family.
Stop giving information to the weird ancient creature.
We're trying to stop the apocalypse that's happening.
Do I have to knock you out?
Do you have any mouth binding
Yes,
rope?
apparently this happens quite regularly, but not regularly. That's called a gag.
Colin, do you have a gag?
Yeah, the world's ending because a god died.
I
And
mean,
it's bringing about the apocalypse. But, the apocalypse only means, like, the end of this time. And then,
okay. Before she continues down, I cast hideous laughter to stop the speaking.
Oh, thank God for that.
I believe she gets to say.
Yeah.
Wisdom saving
wisdom
throw.
save.
Elves get a bonus against
No,
being
what
charmed, but
charms
it's not a
them?
charm, is
it's
it?
definitely a minus.
Nice.
Only bound and you didn't to go to the
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
So
thank
now
God
we can
you
hear her
flipped
just
her up.
laughing her off.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, right. Thank you for dealing with that problem. Look, ancient creature thing. We're here on a mission. If you have nothing to do to help us with, then let's just keep us separate ways and be done with it.
Perhaps I could help you, and you could help me.
You know how much I don't trust you, right?
Entirely.
I'd like to think that's mutual if you have any sense about you. Why are you trying to get help from us?
I am in a strange land, and I do not understand it.
Entirely reasonable.
Is all of the land covered in this ice?
No, mostly just this bit.
These apocalypses happen in cycles.
I actually am underinformed on the topic. You'd think an ancient creature like yourself might know more about such things.
I know more of other places.
Not from around here.
I am from here, by my standards, relatively recently.
So you'll first go around on this apocalypse business then?
Yes, I was not around for the apparent last one.
Neither were we, but this place is clearly dead.
No one has come here in all of this time.
No, we are.
In all the time you got here.
Yes.
And if this thing's relatively recent, it's probably a lot longer for our kind. For my kind.
It's longer than any of you have been alive.
Yeah, that's right.
I have been stuck with only the fort, the singular frozen fort of the goddess over there.
Okay, and what convinces you that she's a goddess?
I can see her.
Okay, you creep me out.
To be fair, from what I know of Loki, the goddess probably isn't Loki. But didn't Tamara say there was another goddess who was trying to get in contact? What if she's the one frozen?
Maybe. It's very risky freeing a god, though. Or a goddess, regardless. You know, it's a force you can't control.
True. But if she is the other trickster goddess that Amaras was already trying to contact, then freeing her would be very useful.
Anyway, what do you gain out of this transaction? What are we doing here?
I want information and ideally a thrall. Just one.
I don't think you're getting one out of us unless you want a skeleton.
No.
Still laughing, I kicked him.
Not your skeleton, we have a pig.
Whoa, not the pig, not the pig!
Yeah, Brian's like, that's the pig.
I prefer an intelligent one.
I'm afraid you'll get no such thing out of us then.
Perhaps you could deliver me one.
Now, I know that's sort of yours.
Okay, and in exchange, what do we get?
I could tell you much. I have been to many of the world's places. Perhaps I could ask you, would you like to go to places? I could guide you in such things.
Okay. Interesting. Would knowledge alone be enough to actually do things, or would I then require other things from you?
I do not think you would require more from me after you had the knowledge.
Okay, thrall for knowledge.
Primarily because you have this one. And in your mind he's gesturing to Gamera.
He is a very powerful spell.
Still, she's a one.
Yes, my God, Brand is so thankful for. Okay, we'll keep your request in mind. At the minute we have more pressing matters and we can't exactly get you someone from around here, the place is dead.
Yes, I am patient.
I may be back later to continue this arrangement. In the meantime, we have a goddess to try and get out of some ice by the looks of it.
The presence seems to retract from your mind.
And okay, you can drop the laughter on it now.
I think concentrating on it. It only lasts for a minute anyway.
Yeah.
Sit on the floor like looking my fucking tissue. Really hurt me. Can't stop for like a whole minute.
Yes.
Actually hurt.
And you need to learn to shut up before that thing hurts you for more than a minute.
How did it was asking questions?
It wanted a thrall.
I would have given it a fall.
You could have become the thrall. You're very suggestible.
I've done anything.
If you're a thrall to an evil creature, you don't know what you'll do.
Sorry, I
Just
just,
tell me I'm sorry.
I just saw what the save was.
Oh, yeah, I know, but who doesn't? He's not that wise.
I mean, if you want to be a thrall to an evil creature, I know plenty of people who would like that.
I'm not going to be a fool.
Then you probably shouldn't be so friendly with the evil fish.
I'm not apologising for being friendly.
One day it will get you killed.
It also helps quite a lot.
Sometimes you need to learn who you're dealing with. quite literally. I made a bargain with that creature to leave us alone, and I'll probably follow up on that bargain. I need to deliver a suitable thrall. Don't worry, it won't be you.
We have to do that by the books. We're not just kidnapping some rando to do it. They need to consent.
I didn't say I was doing it with you guys. We can stop the apocalypse, then I can go get information.
Still needs to consent. They need full knowledge. I'm not just letting you go about gallivanting and kidnapping.
Sorry.
The evil vampire.
Oh, Norm.
Oh yeah, Norm.
Norm.
Are we planning on killing Norm?
No.
Plus, I don't want to give you too powerful a thrall, because then, you know, it's
Just
That's true.
we're not killing Norm.
I don't like Norm. We might.
I was about to say, I also want to, own his stuff.
Very different motivation.
Saving Eagle.
Ego?
No, Eagle.
I
Saving Eagle.
I mean,
Let's have a guy behind you, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
and who knows, maybe Norm might have some interplanar magic, so I can go back to hell and fetch myself a new ego.
I think new Eagle like it's a separate thing.
Well, that one got broke. I need a new one.
All it's just called Eagle.
All ones that work for me are.
That's a
It
very
keeps things-
specific hiring criteria.
No, I call them that. I don't care what they were before.
That's me.
It's part of the contract. You work for me, your name is Ego.
Imagine we're talking while we're walking towards.
Yeah. We're going to nice go after talking. Yeah.
Well, okay. After some time, she comes into view. She does tower above you. She's a good 18 and a half foot tall.
Another giant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Notable features. She's wielding a very large bow. She's wearing relatively light armor, considering her size. On her back, there's a spear. On her feet, she has her regular shoes, but below them, there are some sort of flat wooden poles. And she's entirely frozen in an action pose, like she was about to bring forth an arrow.
Very perfect freezing.
Yeah.
Anyone got any ideas on thawing permanent ice?
I got one.
Can you breathe fire?
Also,
Not right now, I can't. I can breathe ice, so that's not really going to help.
Probably not.
I need to roll a check.
I got an idea, but she might not last very long.
Okay.
So I don't know how much is stock.
So, Colin sees this before anyone else does.
Okay.
Bran doesn't have time quite to react. But basically, Colin, you see what appears to be a raven just flying from somewhere in the sky, and it lands, or it looks like it's going to land, on Bran's shoulder. Do you do anything?
What's this creature? What
Or
is this?
Do you just kind of watch?
What is
Does
it?
it look like a regular sized raven, or does it look like any special sort of raven?
It looks like a regularly sized raven. It doesn't look unusual in any kind of way.
Am I the only one with the ability to speak to animals?
Yeah, that's the one you actually can.
Yeah,
without
you
thinking.
can speak. I can either as a. I'm going to sort of tell.
Well, hold on, you
Well,
don't
go
you
away.
have time to react to it.
Yeah, go away a sec. Colin's the only one who's seen this as it.
I'll get a quick time event.
Yeah.
Does he choose to act?
Does he do anything with his quick time event?
I want to see if I can get the raven, like, instead of it landing on Bran's shoulder, I want to see if I can, like, almost like falcon, like, try and...
Oh, you can see if you can get it to land on your arm.
If you can get it to sort of guide it over to you.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Make...
Animal handling, I guess, if you do.
Yeah, I would say it's animal handling. Yeah.
Would I have enough time for guidance?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would not.
He's going to land.
Fine, just a
Stab you.
Not a few seconds.
Just a +6 then, God. 8.
You hold out your arm, hoping to guide it over to you. However, it seems to ignore you.
I hold up my arm and whistle.
Quite intent upon Brand.
Okay.
It lands on Brand's shoulder. You realise the presence there, but before you can react, you hear it just mumbles. The mumble's just like a little squawking and croaking.
Yeah.
But then your vision, or the space around you goes blank for like a solid 2 seconds.
Yeah.
What it gets replaced with is a point of view up high in the sky, down at this woman that you've seen just a moment ago. You hear her shout out something that you were able to understand, even though it's not a language common to you. She says, "Foul creature, you will die by my hand." You take a moment to turn to look at her, seeing your other 4 heads, and then breathe ice all over. And then your vision goes back to
Yes.
before.
Cool. Is the crow still there? Or is it the...
Then it flew on.
Yeah.
You know, she survived that. She could just be dead.
Goddess. Yeah. The fish thing said it had a
Are
thought.
you okay? You seem a little dazed.
History is complicated.
You can use a lot of fire spells. It's going to take a while.
Hmm.
Maybe start with the head? Or...
I mean, to be fair, I was just going to start with a spear. Melt it from the inside out. See how that works.
I mean, possibly if you do it that way, she might be able to help to break out if she's alive.
Yeah, potential.
Yeah, let's see how tough this ice is, and Bran just swings his sword at it.
Okay,
Like a hammer would be better, but I don't think we have any.
what damage does your sword do again?
It's slashing 2d6 plus 7.
Right. It doesn't have like extra damage innate or anything.
No, I mean it's magical, so it's not plain damage. It's magical slashing damage.
Right, yeah.
But that's about it.
Okay. Well, I would say you make a small cut in it.
Okay, pretty strong ice.
Would something like a very hard force break it, or do we need to melt it specifically?
I mean, high enough intelligence, like MMerrett, would probably realize that cracking it is a very concerning possibility if she is alive,
Yeah.
because you might simply, crack her body into pieces.
Well, someone should probably tell Bran this before he has an idea.
I was thinking, if she's alive, polymorph will work on her. We just melt a really small bit until we get to like her shin. I touch, cast polymorph, tiny, she swings down, we carry her out. Might work, might not. I don't know if she's alive. I'm just trying to look, see if we got any way to got kept alive with this ice.
Yeah, because I can kind of imagine Ravenna is sort of flying around the thing, sort of looking at it, maybe tapping on it, trying to work out what we do.
If you are frozen to death, you would still decompose. You probably wouldn't.
Take way longer.
Yeah.
Or I just 3rd level Thunderous Smite the block of ice.
No. Cracking might crack her. She's no. She's frozen. She's frozen.
This is
We need to go back. She's frozen.
And it's like about to take the stuff off. I'm really get back solution. Like no.
Just get your rope out.
I mean, if you want, you can roll your sleight of hand versus. I mean, I guess just athletics. Just
I'm currently holding it within a fighting grip.
So considering
field it. So, that's not quite roll. Well,
Wait, I could do bad.
28.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
You could still succeed.
28 is a match.
Oh.
Beats it.
Wait.
3 round, is it?
Wait. Cut your words.
You beat to him. So I think if he beats it.
This is awkward, but he's going to cut in words with so
Yeah, as a reaction, and you're not immune to being charmed, right?
I don't know, actually.
I don't believe you're.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Another
But
bardic.
yeah, it probably would be beats in favour of the person doing the acting. So,
Yeah, but cutting words basically, I'd spend to use the bardic inspiration and roll my bardic die and subtract it from his roll as a reaction. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, in any case, you basically just managed to slip it out of his hands.
as you doing it back, it's like, oh no, you fucking don't.
I'd say it's not that you have it now in your hands, but now you just basically you pulled it out and just dropped it on the floor.
Oh yeah.
And this is where I do something I've not done before, where I dematerialise my weapon, take an action, and rematerialise it in my hands. Because it's my pack weapon.
I do have an idea. It will see if she's alive. But didn't you say if you're in that block of ice, you're probably unconscious? Right? You'd assume so?
Difficult to say. The creature only said she's had one frozen thought. Not very clear.
She's had thought.
Yes.
I have a spell called Dream.
Oh yeah, you were busy laughing your head off. Yeah, she's had a single thought frozen in time.
I have a spell called Dream. I don't know if it'll work.
You can try it.
I can try and enter her dream. Always going to only take me a minute to cast. It lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's really interesting to think about. Yeah.
Well, if she's still conscious, it'll probably work.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting for me as a DM to just conceive of initially.
Also, yeah, Bran's just going to get his weapon back with his packed action and just...
Yeah, so you see that you can do that. You're like, oh, that's a thing you can do.
Never had to do it before.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I got to help you try something new.
I knew it. No, I'm going to
So you casting Dream?
look. Okay, you do this dream thing, you see if it works, if not, I smash the ice.
It's a pretty long and detailed spell.
Pretty much have control of the dream place. I can send myself or I can send another person.
Maybe
Yeah.
don't send me, I'm not the best ambassador
I'm not
in this
sending you.
case. Look, hey, with the fish, I was the best ambassador. It's all about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting. Creatures that don't sleep, such as elves, can't be contacted.
Well, there you go, that's God's out the window then.
Not necessarily.
These gods are flawed, they have to sleep.
Or
Or do they choose to sleep? Is it like I can pretend to be human thing?
It's interesting for me as well, because I'm having to wear what she kind of counts as in the situation, because she's sort of unconscious. But in a weird way.
The most unconscious a god can get, I imagine.
I can try it once. It's my only fifth circle spell I can cast. Because I can have to use the other one to
Or I
my skeleton. No. Okay. If you do that, person's frozen. They will act like ice. You know what I mean? They will smash.
I mean, kind of completes the job.
Oh, we need to speak. We need to find Loki. How is killing her going to help us find her? You'll get no information.
I could talk to dead people, remember?
Yeah, see, I smash the ice. Maybe I go for a swing around the neck, smash the head off the body,
Well,
and then she talks to the head.
A lot of the time, the people who die don't like to talk to their killers. They'd probably recognise you, especially if she's semi-conscious and she's potentially
She's not the killer, I'd be the killer, and then she just happens to be in the same party as
It's
me.
okay. I can be invisible too. So they'll never know what happened.
I know
there you
I
go.
cast dream first. See what happens.
No, boss can't fix everything. Let the magic go first. Magic is very versatile, especially with some nut job like this.
I'm gonna go find
No job to
Rob.
compliment, by the way.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I can't people not chopping.
Yes. Basically, it means you're very intelligent, you're not quite sure how to use it, but you've got very crazy ideas.
Okay, do you have to go by yourself, or can you bring someone with you?
It is to you.
Okay.
Colin's complicated, don't worry about it. Can
Well,
you bring someone with you? Or is it just
Only
you?
one person, I believe.
choose a creature known to you. You or a willing creature you touch enters a trance. Acting as a messenger.
Mm-hmm.
There's no offense. It might be better if someone else goes as the messenger.
Might be friendly.
Yes, you're very friendly, but we don't know what state this creature is in. If it's hostile to you in a dream...
I can leave straight away.
Yes, but
Also, I can hurt her. I have full control of the dream.
this is not a normal creature. This is a goddess. What's to say she can't turn your magic on you?
I suppose that is true. But wouldn't it be best for the person casting the spell to be in there because they know the spell?
Possibly.
I'm good with spells.
I do appreciate your skills with magic. Don't get yourself killed.
Okay. Spend a minute.
Okay, so are you casting it on yourself?
Yeah, I guess
If we need some diplomacy,
it might be best.
yeah, exactly.
Next.
Yeah.
Okay, we go. I'll press on you. We go be friendly. Introduce us. We want to help.
Leave me
you.
out of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm smart enough to know that.
Did your... Because we know your mum killed you. She did, didn't she? Do you just want to hide behind a tree?
No! Just don't mention me. It's fine. If you do, don't make...
I think I have a bit more tact than that.
Exactly. See, this is why I said don't. Maybe don't you go in.
Okay.
You speak a lot.
Okay.
You have control of the dreams. I'll explain what the spell is.
So I'm gonna, you have a little bit of back knowledge of the spell already. You already have kind of you've read about people using the spell and what they've experienced. So you already kind of have a perception of what it should be like. When you initially enter the dream, it will kind of be influenced by the target's mind.
Yeah.
Be kind of a landscape that perhaps they're accustomed to, or something like that. And then you can shift it, change it as you wish.
Yeah. I'll explain that to you. It's like, I've been honest with experience. I never actually cast it. Most people I know don't sleep.
I've had plenty of practice with sleeping. I've had about 30 or 40 years of sleeping practice. So I should be okay.
What's how old are you?
I don't remember half the time.
I was like thinking, what the fuck?
You're not even the oldest.
No. Pretty sure Brandon's, isn't he?
Brandon's nearly 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I had some weird memory in my head that when we first to my character was somehow fucking 40-odd.
I think we scrapped that idea.
Yeah.
Your character has meta memories of his character from a different version of the world that never happened.
Trust me, let me tell you about the time I was the dragon.
Never more wisdom save. Right. Well, okay. So Colin goes into a trance. Well, so I'm imagining MMerrett just is put her hand on his shoulder a little bit.
I do that. I cast a spell, and when he's under, I just kind of look at you two, and then just get out some ink. It's like, on his face. It can be out for it can be out for a while. Yeah.
I'm going to draw big, pointy teeth on him.
I will point out that the actual spell says that
It can last 8 hours.
the target is aware of the surrounding. However, I find this funny. So.
Even if he's aware, he's got a job to do. He's got to keep on target. So basically, we're just making it really difficult for him because he can tell we're drawing on him whilst he's having to speak to this guy.
Wait, can I cast spell while I'm in the dream?
You can do things like it's a dream,
But you're in a dream.
but it's not actually happening. It's just in a dream.
You have to come out of it to stop us, which is the hilarious part. Because you have a job to do.
Then just before I fall in the trance.
Says,
I do this as soon as we go. Well, as soon as you're in the trance.
And then she put you into it first.
Just
and then
before I go in the trance, I cast guidance on myself.
okay, sure. Once you're in the trance, you can't take actions or move. So anyway, what you see when you get into the dream, you find yourself in a dark place. You're emerging from a cave. It is dusk.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that you're on a high peak of a mountain. It's snowing quite heavily. In the distance, there's the howling of wolves. There's no sign of any light other than those howls.
Mm-hmm.
But after looking around for about 30 seconds, you see down below, it's on the mountain still, but up to 20 feet below you, there is, which is kind of funny when I think about it, you're near her head. There is like a large fire, and squatting next to it, the woman that you recognize. Here she's not wearing her armor. She's, well, considering the cold weather, wearing less clothes than you might expect. It seems she's not fazed by it. She's cooking something on the fire, some kind of meat.
So am I like at head level with her now, or would I have to like climb off, like, down a bit?
She's squatting, so no. She's about, like, the top of her head is about 10 feet below.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember dream logic.
Yeah.
Also, it being a dream. If you wanted, you don't have to obey the normal laws.
Well, I was just gonna say, if I'm in the stream, do I see myself as myself?
You can do.
In which case, I could just imagine my cloak has become the wing, so I can fly to her head anyway.
Yeah. Are you doing that?
Yes.
So you fly down to her. She probably turns to look at you and goes, "Hello, little flying thing."
Top of the morning to you there. Ah, not a lot of people out here at this time.
Didn't expect you to speak back.
That's an interesting thing. I got a lot of talking in me. See, we've been hearing some things about you being a bit of a powerful goddess. We know a few things of what's happened in your, I assume, your future. What's the last thing you remember?
It's the last thing I remember. There was something terrible was happening. All the gods. We left our home. I don't remember exactly what was happening.
Do you know who you were defending Midgard from at all?
I remember there was fire and water. The dead that had risen. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but something. The father, he had warned us this. I had not really thought of it. What are you, little...
I can see how you think that because of the wings. No. See, I think you'd refer to me as a Midgardian. I'm from Midgard, because it's what you call this plane, right? Midgard. I'm a local.
You have no accent I've ever heard before.
It's from It's from nearby-ish, but not quite from here. I think I know the accent you're a bit more familiar with. I've heard a few tales. We've also heard that there may be a bit of a trickster god by the name of Loki. If you know about him.
Yes. I'm not fond.
I can't say a lot of people are, but we are potentially trying to look for someone with a bit of mischief up their arms or sleeves. You don't happen to know where they hang out or where they might appear.
Most likely he's still where I left him.
So you do know. If it's dream logic, can I pull out like a dream logic version of the map that's slightly more correct to ask it to like point out where he might be?
Um,
If it's dream logic.
that's interesting. So, well, I mean, you hand her from her point of view, tiny map. She looks very closely at it.
Use dream logic to just have the map be big.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It suddenly becomes bigger in her
Yeah,
head.
but I suddenly like fly up, I like grab the edge and I start just pulling it back and it just gets bigger.
It's fun. It just expands like a window.
Yeah.
She's looking upon it and she goes, "This looks like Mikado, but all the names Landmarks are wrong.
Not explaining. It's like, I wonder where you're fuzzing your knife.
But it might be a bit off, but sure. But if you could give us a sort of rough area, just even an estimate would help.
Why do you want it?
You see, there's something happening in our world. You see, we're in a bit of a, I don't know if this is breaking, but we're in a bit of a dreamy stage right now. And there's a nearby apocalypse happening. Apparently we need the help of a tractor god to try to prevent the apocalypse.
We're in a dream right now?
Right now, yeah. I know this might make it a bit lucid and things can go off the rails now, but yes, we're in a bit of a dream now.
I might have expected you to be Loki himself, but it doesn't make sense for you to ask where he is if that were the case.
True.
Need his help regarding the apocalypse?
Yeah.
We need the items.
Yeah, so I say his help in a bit of a loose term. He has an item that we prefer. You know, we need his help to procure the item to regain its power, basically.
He stole from you.
From what I heard, a trickster god, he tends to... I'd imagine he stole from a lot of people, but yes.
Okay. Though I don't know how that could be possible. Unless he's got free. I'll tell you where he was. He lied upon his own shrine beneath it. We built it atop to help hide him. He was tied down upon a rock. The snake was my idea. He is to this far southwest of, this northern border. And she points out on the map. She points to this sort of semi-peninsula.
Okay.
If he's not there, I have no idea where he could be.
But if he's not there, potentially some sort of clues or a trail if something has gone on. I know it's snowy, it might cover a bit up, but we could potentially find a lead. But at least it's a better start than what we currently got. Now we've found a lot of the north.
Creature, if I'm dreaming, how is it that I'm unconscious?
Ah, yes, you see. Dream is a sort of loose term. You see, when we entered, you seem to be frozen in a big block of ice. Don't get me wrong, you're in a good old fighting pose. You went out like a champ. But I'd imagine if you've been here for quite some time, you know, even a good couple of years or so frozen, could definitely put you to sleep. You look great though, and we tried to stop the big guy from smashing your ice. So, you know, your body's still pretty much intact. We'd saw you out if you could, but big block of ice.
My people are dead, aren't they?
Yeah, we did see some sort of what I'd imagine is a tomb. A lot of skeletons in there. Seems like some things was in there as well. We found one intact skeleton, a lot of skulls, and from what I remember hearing, some ground up giant bones. Which is very impressive from what I heard. I couldn't check and see.
She takes a moment. She looks off into the distance, and in the distance, the view shifts so that it looks like she's looking at the coast.
Okay.
Beach. She says to you, if you can free me, I will help you find this Loki.
Well, that sounds like a great deal. And besides, I think we could definitely take some time out to thaw you out of a big block of ice. Not like that.
He is indeed aware of his surroundings.
Yeah.
Is it aware of how his face looks?
Well, probably vaguely, yes.
As he's speaking, the spandrel just starts storming on his face.
It doesn't show up in the dream, but my face just starts getting itchy.
He says, well, you know what I ask. And if I'm right about Loki, I'd like my revenge.
Well, we just need some item from him. If he could at least tell us where the item is, you can have all the revenge you want. He sounds like a bit of a trickster. He sounds like he's got it sounds like he's got something coming to him. But I'd still prefer if it was justice done, not full-on revenge. But I can understand a grievance or two.
I don't imagine any gods have any kind of qualms. They're probably all dead. Well, little bat, if you can get me out, please do.
You got it. It might take us some time in the real world. In the meantime, I'll leave you to your camp. Besides, now that you know you're dreaming, you can make this place a lot better. Watch. And I start trying to manipulate the dream to get rid of the snowiness, try and have some greenery everywhere. I just try to really meta dream this.
He's just like, wow, thank you. I hate it.
I'm just showing you a potential you got.
Yeah. And
Very lucid dream.
she sort of steps off the side of the mountain. You see her just sliding down gracefully.
Cool. Well, at that point, I can just choose to wake up anyway. So I choose to wake up. Waking up. I'm assuming all of you are just open my face right now.
Well, whilst those two are distracted drawing, I'm still sizing the swing, but
In case they have post note at you.
yeah. Oops! Boom!
I'm going to see you throw snow at him and throw snow at you.
Post note at you.
Oh no.
I'm initiating a snowball fight.
Okay, we'll have a little snowball fight. Roll this stuff. No.
Yeah.
I beat all of you. I've got the dex advantage.
I feel like if you had that, you could just started to try and slowly bury him in snow.
I'm just imagining you have a snowball fight. It's like you roll initiative, and then one of you is sucked with death.
Snowball fight. Eldritch Blast.
It starts with a snowball fight. Someone starts getting salty and gets into combat.
I've got so badly. I've got catapult.
Oh yeah.
5 pounds of snow in your taste.
Well, Colin has woken
I
up
was going to
with.
say, I have major image which can replicate temperature. I just major image all person.
Oh, it's make you. Well, you make it all cold,
Made them appear like they're all frozen in glaciers.
but they're not.
They're
What
not,
you need to
but
do
they
is
feel the temperature and they see it.
What you need to do is make it warmer so we can't use the snow.
I don't think it can actually melt
You
off.
can't actually melt things. It's just it's an illusion.
Illusion of temperature.
Yeah,
Throw a snowball, melt snowball. That'd be good.
the best I could do is heat metal on something and just drop it in the snow.
Speaking of heat metal, heat my blade up.
You could do that.
I could, but I'm still worried he's more.
Are we going to put the 1,000
I could
degree
also-
knife through the ice block?
It's a big blade of metal, just let me stab the thing.
I could also technically, if she has the spear on her back, if the shaft is wooden but the spearhead is metal, I could heat metal on that instead to try doing it from the inside out.
The actual spearhead is metal.
Yeah.
Glory.
Yeah, but I'd probably not do the armour because that's skin to skin contact.
Well, I was
I'd
thinking
just specifically pick the spearhead because it's not physically
if
in
you
contact
heat the
with it.
metal on the sword and sort of cut downwards, like kind of shaving it out of the ice
I could.
while it's
cut chunks off the
melting.
ice,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking we were going to do.
Yeah, we can do that.
Because that could work.
Kind of systematic. Do you want to start at the top and go down?
If you do the metal on the spearhead, it is pointing up, so it is near. It's just above her head.
Mhm.
Yeah, we can do that. Probably want to make a little funnel so the water drains out.
Yeah.
True. It'd be better to do it than that. Especially with this psycho over here.
Look, it'd just be much quicker if I just shattered the whole block with.
Listen, if we get her free, she helps us find and potentially deal with Loki. Loki's the one with the item we need. It'd be better if she stays alive after this.
Well, why didn't you tell me that sooner?
I'm telling you now for that reason.
Okay, fine. So we keep her alive. She helps us get the thing we need to stop the apocalypse.
Yes, she might also have some beef to do with Loki. That's on her.
Okay. Sorry, Mum. Gonna have to kill this one later.
Okay, so I'm getting the plan is that you're like using heat metal on the spearhead, and also you're like eating his blade.
We'll
Yeah.
start with the-
Concentration, can you?
We'll help out with the spearhead first.
like proper
Part at a time.
Yeah,
Start with spearhead. See where it gets us.
yeah.
Okay.
Because technically speaking, I could, like, if I used all my available spell slots, I could do it like 6 individual times.
So we'll have to see how many times it takes to melt this then.
Less 1 minute, so yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't last very long, but at least, last 6 minutes where it's just pure heat.
Actually, if you use higher levels of it, it does more fire damage. So
Oh, there you go.
probably
More heatness.
Well, I could do it 3 times the 3rd level and 2 times the 2nd.
Okay. Looking at that, I mean, I guess I'll roll the actual. Okay, that'll be right. Yeah. So, it quite relatively quickly, like in the minute time, it melts away sort of the section around her head.
Okay.
She is sort of like, you can see that she's breathing now. And she's kind of dazed and sort of semi-conscious.
Okay. Get the head done, get her head out. I imagine we put the ice once, it's like water around her head just to get
Yeah,
her
there's
out.
like loads of water just like spilling off this thing. Yeah. Obviously-
If you hit your sword now, just like cut away at the ice. Cut away at the ice.
Cut away at the ice.
I was going to say, you cutting away at the ice with this, it's like butter. It doesn't even there's not really resistance.
I can cast fly on you, so it makes it easier for you.
Sure.
You just like get near the top, I guess, and you're like,
I imagine steam just exploding out of
Yeah.
this thing, to be fair.
oh
The
yeah,
amount of ice going through.
there's like loads of steam. Yeah.
Like a hot life for butter.
Yeah.
It takes some time, but after a lot of the ice melts away, a lot of steam, a lot of the ice then crumbles under her weight, and she just falls backwards with a very loud thud.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot any of us could understand that.
Yeah.
That
Doesn't
gets
seem particularly harmed.
Mhm.
A lot of the ice that was behind her gets crushed under her weight.
Mhm.
Would like a hand up there? Because I'm flying. Whee!
She's still being semi-conscious,
Yeah.
and then you floating above her.
Yeah. What about that for emotional whiplash? Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Fully get smashed.
Fly shot.
So I need to get up a.
I just realised I never did ask her name.
No.
You didn't? No, you didn't. Yeah, well. So I'm gonna roll for an attack.
Fine.
Roll 30.
30. Well, yeah, that's gonna hit.
Yeah. So that is 11 bludgeoning damage.
Lovely.
How far does it get burned?
As she basically looks up at you, she kind of suddenly stirs awake, sees you, and just slaps you in the eye.
After slapping you away, after slapping you away, I activate my bat wings to fly over to her, and it's like, "Hey, recognise me? It's Bat Guy."
And she kind of comes to a little bit. She's like,
I think you just hit him over 60 feet.
like he's pushed into the snow.
Right, so how much damage was that?
11.
11.
She kind of comes back a little. She's kind of looking down, like a lot is going through her head. She's like, I think I'm remembering things. You wanted to find Loki?
You wanted to find Loki, he's got an item he stole from us, and you wanted to get your revenge on him. Oh, he's got some sort of beef with Loki. Once we've got what we need, she can hash it out.
What did he do?
I'm not sure yet.
You probably want to remember the revenge before you actually do it, because you don't want to,
Looking around, she's like seeing
yeah.
like the sun in the sky.
Mhm.
She's like, how long has it been?
Very long time. From what we've guessed, your freezing happened during the last apocalypse, and there's been a whole civilization that built up, and now we're in the next apocalypse.
You're an old god now.
Come here, what's your name?
So, unfortunately for you, she doesn't seem to acknowledge you because Brand said something, and she
Yeah.
looks at Brand.
Yes. We can get past that. We're going to go kill the same guy.
Why are we killing this person?
You resemble
Yes.
the Nithbog.
With good reason.
Nithbog.
I think it's her word for Tiamat.
Yeah, I kind of guessed that.
Cool.
Tiamat's the
Again,
fucking
she's
name.
been around a long time. Tim doesn't suffer from the apocalypse as hell's protected.
Why do you look like that?
Take a guess.
Yeah, 3 guesses.
You are its spawn?
Ding, 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 number 1. She gets around.
If it's any consolation, and I don't think anyone believes he's a good brother.
No, she's not. Again, we're going to kill the same person. Get over it.
Okay,
Let's go
why
do
are
our
we
job.
just assume killing? We need all the help we can. I'm going to point this out.
We just need the artifact, don't we? We don't need him
Yes, we
alive.
need it. We need it.
He stole something from you.
He's an
You
old
really
god
think
now.
he's good?
There's another trick to god
I
that's
don't
put in
think
place.
so. I'm just saying, apocalypse is happening. We're going to need all the help we can get to save as many people as possible. And also, if those things actually do come through, yeah.
Oh yeah, much bigger threat than my mother this time, by the way. Something interplanar devourers, really nasty stuff.
Apocalypse needs to happen to hide us from things that will just basically devour the entire universe. So we're trying to save as many people we can during the apocalypse.
Makes the Nidhogger or whatever you called it look like a
we
joke.
can't just stop it.
You small ones talk too much.
Yes.
I've been told that a lot, especially recently.
I wish to make it very clear. I don't really care about you, your apocalypse, these new things that are coming. I don't really care about any of that. I just want to find Loki.
Right, see, there's a woman I speed. Go find him, get the stuff we need, go deal with it.
He took something from my staff and we need it.
She's against the whole killing thing, we'll deal with it later.
I'm just saying killing should be a last resort.
I agree with her on that case. You can take your revenge, but justice should always come first. If you can get revenge without the killing.
Can you remember
Better.
what the revenge is for?
Besides, I'm
To
sure
be
you will.
honest with you all, I'm not actually certain that he's done anything wrong, but he's Loki. He probably has.
But you kind of need a reason for revenge.
Here's the thing, though.
Well,
she's the best at serving revenge because revenge is best served cold.
See, this guy gets me.
Okay, what have you done to make you say that?
You want me to go for the list?
Because we probably think we've got a long walk.
We killed my father.
Okay.
I mean, there was a lot of agreements there made afterwards and stuff. So
Agreement?
but it's still a sole point. I hope you understand that.
Okay, I can get that, yes.
But he created, if you want to say that, many monsters that have plagued the people of Midgard. He has stolen many things, caused unnecessary violence, and
Honestly, sounds kind of like her dad.
he's
There's one story I heard that sounds very like our dad, involving a donkey or a tug of war and his genitals.
yes. This is true. Yeah. That was part of the payment for killing my dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Who got the payment? The donkey or Loki?
Yeah. I don't like him. You seem a little bit.
Honestly, it sounds like Loki and our dad get along great.
Yeah,
To be true, yeah, to be sure. I don't think I'd be like him. I know the odd illusion and trickery myself, but I try to do it for good, not for
I
harm.
think there's a difference between tricking someone for a bit of fun and then actually causing harm. I think a trick doesn't actually cause physical harm in the long term. Like killing's not really a trick. That's just murder.
Yeah, like the father.
Yeah, that's just murder.
Yeah, because
You can't just do something like that. Oh, it's just a trick. Ha ha.
yeah,
That's not an excuse. That's not trickery.
there was one we knew
It's
as
just a prank, bro.
he was like the king, Odinir. He liked to do tricks, but not the way Loki did. Sometimes Loki's tricks were, harmless, but sometimes they weren't. He just liked to do tricks. It didn't really matter why. So this is why I think it's a pretty reasonable assumption that he's done something wrong.
I think that's reasonable after hearing that.
So I'm trying to put things together here now. So we've met a justice. We've met we know of a Loki who's tricky. You seem to be some sort of warrior, and then you see this Odin character. There's quite a few of you.
I was not of their kin. I was married in, if you will.
People still speak of you as a goddess, though, towards the pantheon of gods and goddesses.
Yeah, the thing in the lakes.
So you could call me that, or just giant, also fine.
But we found a lot of giant skeletons in the ruins. Were they all of the power of gods?
Some giants were greater and some were lesser. I was of the greater giantess of hunting mountains.
He's the giants of the hunting mountains. I didn't know they need to be hunted.
The harmless trickery. Oh, a play of
I don't see how you would have.
perhaps even a boat that'd be giant by your side.
My father was very large. Perhaps he could wield such a bow.
Interesting to know. In the meantime, you say you know the location of this Loki?
Yeah, well, I saw him. I believe I was the last to see him. And then Ragnarok. Anyway, yeah, I mean, he just looks around at you all.
I'm just gonna fly around, like, look at me.
Not that fast, really.
We need to
Kinda
make
got
the
the-
carriage fly again, don't we?
Yeah.
It's a bit wibbly wobbly right
That's the
now.
question, how fast can you travel?
Yeah.
Show me your carriage.
Go walk over to other carriages and
You got one magical flying undead horse and one normal horse.
look, we have to make flight. It's probably very cold and probably dying.
What them inside?
The magic can't just go to the ethereal plane, so it's probably not bothered.
Yeah.
The other horse on the other
Can we
hand.
call the new horse Pigs?
Pigs.
It's like when Pigs flies.
God damn it.
So we have pitch pigs.
Yeah.
Upon looking at Pitch, he says, one of your horses is Umph. Which, well, actually, none of you know. So she just says that
What
What
does...
was
it's dead.
Oh.
The horses look like that
quite a
were
lot of
wrong.
things here are dead.
It's fine, it's not dead.
She's from a strange land. Don't worry.
It is, but it's alive still.
The
We're
pig's
all
dead.
like that.
My skeletons are dead.
Our horse is not dead yet.
She just, picks up the horses, puts them on top of the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Both the horses seemed fairly unfazed by this. They're pretty chill about it.
Victor's not. Victor's doesn't know anyone else
Yeah,
has sorted.
Poor Victor.
She then says, right, get on board.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be fun.
You know what? This one I have seen. Brand is for a change going to sit on the outside of the carriage.
Now hold on, this not gets crowded because I'm already out there. Victor's still in his big driver's seat.
Victor, go keep your horses company. I want to see this one.
I'm gonna just get inside like normal.
Sure.
And then all the skeleton have to fit in, and then the pig.
Yeah, they can fit inside. There's more space inside now.
Yeah.
It's pretty crowded.
Yeah. Yeah, the pig's got its own little special
Oh, there's the
compartment.
carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like
there's the
that.
carriage attachment.
So, well, she takes that wagon
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and she puts it like in almost like a pocket, so like a holster. Actually, holsters it basically. She's like, She then takes the whole carriage. She starts shifting it and takes it outside, and then she takes off some things off her feet, puts them underneath the carriage. She goes. She takes it about a bit, like, yeah. And then she just starts like pushing the carriage, and then as you observing, you see that she stops like walking and starts skating, and the entire carriage and her are moving at considerable pace. I think you're moving like 200 feet around.
Now this is more like hell.
There's a huge like flurry just like
Yes.
produced by this.
Fully leaning out the window.
Not only that, if we're on the outside and there's 200 feet and it's still freezing cold.
Oh yeah, this is freezing.
It's
Brand is luckily
there's not a blizzard now.
Not a blizzard, but if we're moving
It's still
fast,
cold.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's freezing.
You got the sun coming down you, but it's cold.
Brand's ice dragon at the minute. He's fine with this. He's enjoying the snow flurry.
Well,
I'm just trying to keep all the snow out of our eyes, still not knowing about what's actually happened to his face. The eyes wasn't reflective enough.
Okay, no one tell Con.
Never.
Nothing happened.
I gotta do some quick math.
The answer's 21, done.
Boo.
It's fine too.
That sense to everything. You're not going that far.
Yeah.
Okay. So saying it's like about 9 a.m. when you set off. It is hours journey.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Some ruins coming to view. Quite close by. Within a mile. She doesn't seem intent to stop.
Okay.
As she goes past it. 12 o'clock. And it'd be 1 in the afternoon. So it's going a little bit warmer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As the sun is high in the sky. There is a small building that she seems to stop in front of. However, in view, a little bit further to the south, but still upon the peninsula, the same peninsula, there is another larger building. It's cylindrical in shape as well. It's sort of similar to the City of Justice you saw before, except that it's smaller. And there's something slightly distinct in that the rock, the stone that's been used to make it, is of some kind of darker type of rock that you didn't see, and it doesn't seem to be in the building in front of you or the building you saw before. MMerrett would recognize it. It's a rock commonly used in the Underdark.
That's definitely quite a point now. I was like, oh, that's weird. That's usually used in the Underdark. I don't know why it's up here. Very, very long way.
She, looking at it, goes, That's new. It wasn't that before.
Oh, I definitely want to check that out after the video.
Maybe some of your folks have got a bit close to the surface these days.
Oh, definitely have to have a look.
Are all of your folks friendly?
Internet?
No, in the Underdark. I don't know how many groups you have.
It's I mean, think how big the world is. Then imagine if you go up and down that. It's a very big place.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. What are the odds of them being friendly if they're Underdark folk?
same as anyone living on the surface.
I've not met a lot of service people. I'm from Holland, but
I guess most people I've met are friendly. Apart from the surface and people try and kill me.
hey, this is my point. I don't have a very good.
You see, everyone in games that we've been yet are like, one's tried to kill me. Well, only one's rider.
Okay, so small chance.
A lot more things try to kill me on the surface than in the Underdark.
Small chance of
saying.
death. Okay. How did you venture outside your city in the Underdark?
Not a lot there's a lot of things that can eat you.
Yeah, this is my sort of point.
Yes, but they're not sentient beings, they're creatures like giant worms.
So they wouldn't have built something like that, then?
No, I'm talking about creatures like
Yes.
monsters.
Yeah.
The things in the
Okay.
Underdark are a lot more deadly.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of food.
understandable. Well, let's go have a look at that later. So, this Loki character.
She just was watching you just have this conversation. You know that this building, it's quite plain. It's just a very regular, almost like a Minecraft house made of stone.
Yeah.
Pretty much very plain.
Yeah.
It's just stone building. It has a sort of triangular roof, but entirely made of stone, including the door.
Fair enough.
It is big enough for her to fit.
Right.
Massive.
Are we still travelling or have we stopped at it?
Oh, you're like right in front of this
Oh, right in
building.
front of it.
Yeah,
Do
we
you know
stopped
that-
front.
I'm going to have a knock then.
But she's
She just like
Yeah,
walks
she's
up
doing
and
it.
goes, there's no one to answer. She just walks in.
It's a giant size house.
Yes, it's a small house for a giant. Big enough, plenty big enough for us.
She walks in and pushes open the door. And it's not attached with like a hinge or anything. She just like shifts it and leans it against the wall.
Fair enough.
And she goes, yes, this is where we kept him.
What's a
And
unassuming place?
so the main thing that you note, because there's basically no feature to this room, is that there is a huge statue of a snake. It starts from its tail near onto the floor, just slightly on the floor, and winds around the room up to the ceiling, with its head right into the center of the roof, its mouth wide open, hovering above the center of the room. Small droplets of water trickle out occasionally, making a little pool in the middle of the room.
Okay. I look over at the giant one and said, is there something about the snake being your idea? Is that the snake you were talking about?
No, that was not sure whose idea that was, but it's kind of a joke.
I'm going to be just sort of floating around up along looking at all the snake.
It's a big stone snake.
Yeah, just like, ooh, this is big, and just sort of I can float around it. Like, ooh, this is interesting.
It doesn't resemble any species you've seen before.
Yeah. I just know it's a snake.
Something you do know that seems a bit unusual is that its actual face, while still clearly reptilian, it doesn't resemble any sort of long-faced snake you've seen. It's quite flat, almost humanoid. The face almost resembles as if it's in pain or anguish. She just says, yeah, it's like a joke. And she comes to the center of the room, and there's a sort of where this puddle is. There's like an engraving written in a circular pattern. She just doesn't talk about it, but she kind of reaches into the stone and pulls it out. And you can see there's sort of a stone rough, like it's not like nicely built, just kind of rough stone slope down on the ground. She goes, it's a little bit of a squeeze for me.
But yeah, I imagine we make it down fine, don't we?
Oh.
Because we can see.
Do you want to pick again?
It depends how dark is this getting.
It's sort of quite dark in this room except for the light coming through the door. But down there seems to be a source of light.
Okay. This time it seems to be fine.
Ah, okay.
I don't like it when you two get along. I don't think I've ever when you two get along.
That's magic.
There's it seems like all of the ground suddenly starts shaking
No, earthquake, no,
for about 6 seconds. Then stops.
Mm-hmm.
She
What
kind
on
of
earth was that?
holds herself against the wall. She goes, "Okay, that probably means she's still here."
That's a start.
So she then gets herself down there, and you're just walking along this like very roughly cut dugout cavern. It looks almost like it was dug out in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you get closer, you hear the screaming anguish of a child, and eventually, on a very large stone, you see what appears to be a child, wrapped up in some kind of pink rope, wearing quite raggedly clothes. And a snake is sort of coiled around his head, and is just occasionally hovering its mouth above his face and just letting some kind of green liquid just drop onto his face, which is causing him to scream out in pain. And as you see this happen, the ground starts shaking again. And she then, upon seeing this, she stops and goes, "Okay."
Kid?
Is that okay?
I don't think a normal kid would be alive this long, and I don't think a normal kid would be causing earthquakes.
I agree with both of those points. This is the guy you're on about.
The only thing,
No pain.
can never really tell.
Can we block the poison thing somehow? Speak to them?
No, that was my idea. I like that. But you can feel free to speak to him if you like.
Why do we need to talk to him? Why don't we just go grab the thing back?
Well, we don't know where it
Not
is.
in this room, I don't think.
I guess we can take away the snake for now. And she just walks over, goes, "Hey!" Throws the snake into the corner. "How you doing?" And he's just like, he turns to all of you. I want to clarify, by the way, he doesn't look like a giant child.
Yeah.
He looks like a child.
He looks like a child.
Yeah.
It looks like a...
The stone he is upon is massive,
Yeah.
and this pink rope seems to be wrapped all the way around it. Now that you are a little bit closer as well, you note that this pink rope is some kind of intestines.
Oh, fun.
He's like a child. Does he look like a baby?
He looks like he's a 10-year-old.
Okay.
He has dark brown hair, pale complexion. He looks away from her,
Yes.
and he has these crying, pleading eyes, like, please let me go. Get me away from this monster.
Can I quickly just like cast detect magic?
Okay.
Just want to see if there's any magical effects on the kid himself. Yeah, there's going to be a lot, but if you wanted to...
Okay. Well, I believe if you keep concentrating on it, it'll tell you the type of magic as well. So, I think the problem is that you basically can see that, obviously there's magical items on some of you, but also of note, you see that the woman before you, she seems to be full of magic of all kinds. And this child is definitely full of magic as well. So are his bindings that seem to be intestines of some kind. Any kind of magical effect, not made obvious. Nothing sticks out amongst the magic.
But he seems to be full of magic. Does it seem to be the same level as her?
Yeah, I mean, if you were to say like your magical items are like a little twinkle of magic, and she's like a star, then he's like a star a lot closer.
Who kind of walks up to her like, oh, hello, apparently small child. Who are you? What are you? Are you Loki?
He goes, Loki, no. There was a big scary man. He tied me up, put me here. My name's Danny.
Danny. What are you, Danny?
I'm a boy.
You're not, no. Completely.
What do you mean?
So you can guess.
So this is Danny Boy. Are the pipes calling?
She turns and looks at you and goes,
He's,
don't listen to him. He's trying to fool you.
He seems a lot like you. As in, like this.
What do you...
Magic.
Oh.
Innately magical in himself.
Oh, yes.
So he
Definitely.
clearly...
More than
God,
just a boy.
Oh.
He had to escape to steal the gem, is all I'm thinking. Because that was a recent thing. Like within my life.
She's looking
Well, at
from
least
you into him.
Tell him to tell you where the orb is, or you're gonna hurt him even more.
Oh, I don't want to hurt someone even more.
Just hold on for a sec. The problem is we're dealing with Loki. The problem is that he could have done something to the boy that could be fooling you. You really need to think outside the box with this. She looks down at him and goes, she's trying to really she's glaring at him, trying to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really, really trying not to look her in the eye. And she's just like, do you remember killing my father? Do you remember that? He's just like, for God's sake, get her away from me.
Not our battle here. We're just here for an item. Do you have it or not?
And the kid like turns to you and goes, what do you mean?
This is where you step up.
I have a bit of an out-of-the-box idea of how to potentially tell if this is low-key, a kid, or an illusion, but there's also a chance the idea might not work.
Look, let's just talk to the kid that's in front of us. If it's Loki, it's Loki. If it's not, we kill it.
What? Wait, what?
I was.
You can go back in the room. No, you don't have to speak now.
I am hungry.
You see, you go back in the room as
What
well.
a
You don't have to
magical
speak.
blood drink sounds fun.
Okay, you two just stay out of this for a second. Let's
You see
let
this
the
now?
magic and the smart guy deal with this.
Mr. Loki stole a gem from this staff that gives it its full power. It'd be really interesting. I thought that gem's not as useful as it would be with this staff. You want that back? I'm assuming he would probably want the full thing as well.
The boy looks sort of perplexed. And he's just like, if I tell you where it is, would you let me go?
Would you help end the apocalypse?
He thinks for a second, he's like, do you want me to?
Oh, actually, no, we kind of don't want the apocalypse. Okay, so apocalypse is happening. Lots of people will die, lots of gods will die. Probably it did that happen last time, apparently.
Long story short, do you want to die?
If he's still died here when apocalypse happening, he will die. But if the apocalypse doesn't happen, interdimensional beast that will just eat everything, and it doesn't just kill you, it wipes you from existence. The apocalypse needs to happen to keep us hidden from that. And if you're a child, actually a child, I am sorry. This will give you a mess.
No, I'm pretty sure it's actually Loki.
Yeah, I don't think he knows he's definitely not a normal child, because bright light.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he knows where the gem is. He gave that much away. Listen
Yeah.
to the words.
Yeah,
Exactly. Clearly not a child. Stop giving it benefit of the doubt. It's a
it's
trick
kind
to
of weird
God.
that you're still a child.
It's like,
You're like a child, and you just like...
It's
It
like-
feels weird speaking to you like this.
Take a formal suiting of yourself. Unless you can't because there's binding, of course.
well, so in the form of a child, a sort of different voice comes out, and he sort of chuckles to himself, saying, well, I guess the Gets out of the bag. It then grows in form.
Mm-hmm.
He is mostly naked except for said rags around him like a loincloth.
So to say, tasteful longer.
Yeah, the tasteful look.
Then some would say the tasteful loincloth.
I just
Yes. So there's the other world serpent.
Hey!
This is a man. He's red-headed. Has a considerable beard. Looks like he's been growing it out. There's a slight strangeness to his eyes. They're grey rather than white. Other than that, piercing blue. And he looks over at Gamera and says,
Hi.
"Yes, I'm Loki."
that's
Yes.
the gem.
The gem, yeah. Well, how about this? You know, just if you get me out of the bindings, then I'll tell you what the gem is.
No, definitely the other way around.
Yeah, at that point, I think a few of us interfere. It's like, no, we've heard your reputation already. We think we're a bit smarter than you give us credit for. You help us first. After all, we're the honest ones here.
Well, let's not take it too far.
Okay, I'm the honest one
Two
here.
are very honest. Actual son of Tiamat.
I thought I saw a resemblance.
Hi there.
Really
Didn't
this
know.
place a makeover, you know.
I know, wasn't it brilliant?
Oh yes, he's coming back.
Oh yeah, she's might try and profit off this apocalypse thing. Don't worry about it.
So it sounds like you really want this thing, don't you? This gem.
Well, yes, it's kind of important.
Very specific
Leading
one.
question: how the hell did you get it in the first place?
Yeah, like why? You're here.
You know, hard.
Yes.
Yes, but isn't this designed
You
specifically
also-
to trap you?
Yeah, this is a godly trap, is it not?
Yeah, well, you know, things come into my domain. Maybe I can make things happen anyway, you know?
Yeah,
Wait,
makes sense.
So did the person come here specifically and then you lost it?
Well, think about it. He pretends to be a little boy, and you're about to jump to his savior. It's not. It clearly is not hard to trick people.
You might have said it was my specialty. This, like, the lady who's with you still do not know the name.
Yeah.
You did ask, you didn't tell me.
No, she did.
Yeah.
She just has this, like, look of just disgust.
Yeah.
She just can't wipe off her face.
I mean, we can probably do this. You tell us what a gem if it's there. We can probably put a good word in with this lady so she doesn't talk to you for the rest of existence.
I'll just outright kill you.
Listen, how I could you this deal? You tell us where the gem is, we really try hard to convince her not to just outright murder you. We've already been trying.
Something tells me she wouldn't do that. Something tells me she would just put the snake back.
Yeah, probably,
And ask
actually.
her to not put the snake back.
I'll tell you what then. It's probably in your best interest to give us the most concise and precise instructions to this gem possible, because your release will not be guaranteed until it's collected.
I'm not great at
Right, shall we write out a contract with exact details so that you cannot accidentally weasel your own way out of this and prolong your own suffering?
What is a contract?
Ah, you see, this is where my expertise comes in handy.
Oh, I don't obey those.
Now this looks like a job for me.
Yeah, see where I'm from. If you sign one of these, it's legally binding to your soul. I don't know how God's souls work, but you know.
You put the clause in the contract in giant that you don't understand the said does not apply to giants.
Yeah, he probably would do something like that.
The only thing that ever bound me was. So, I don't think that'll work.
Well, then, in that case, it is simply in your best interest to give us accurate instructions.
Why did you need a gem in the first place? Was it just for the fun of it?
Okay, how about this? I didn't take the gem. I don't have the gem. I know who has it. I know roughly where they are. I don't know roughly what they're trying to do with it. If I give you that information, at least don't put the snake back?
And just look at her. Like,
Well, I think that's more to her than us.
it is important.
He's just looking at
It can
him.
save a lot of people.
I beckon her down. I know it's going to be tricky to get her to eye level, and I can't understand.
She leans.
Yeah. This guy is a god. He's a trickster god. He shouldn't be leaving loopholes. He said not to put the snake back. He said we're going to put anything back.
And she like looks at you and she's like, ooh, and she like winks. Really, like, what say?
Keep the snake off. Replace it with something where
Guys, we just need the information. Can
Yeah.
we not make this more difficult?
It's fine.
I feel like for information we cannot put the snake back.
Yes, that we can definitely do. You have my word.
Well, it probably would be better if they didn't succeed. So, how about a moment of honesty from a trickster god? The best thing you could possibly do is leave that stuff here. Don't take it with you when you go to get the orb.
It would complete.
he wants to steal it from you again.
Well, yes, of course. But the more important thing is the good point. If you complete the pieces with someone who can defeat us, then you're just handing them a super weapon of undeathness, right?
That is true.
So maybe we
Not to
could
mention,
leave
if
it.
they have the orb, they steal it off you. You've immediately given the other piece. They could just immediately use it.
Exactly.
Mm.
Now, maybe don't leave it with a trickster god.
Yeah, I'm not leaving it with him.
Yeah,
I was thinking giantess, nice giantess lady.
Honestly, how can we trust either? We only just met both of them. Point being, leave it somewhere
More than
only
him.
you know. My point being, it needs to be somewhere only you can access it.
Well,
And then,
here's
if
the
you
thing.
die, the staff goes with it, and the orb is useless.
I don't have them. Well, the bag of holding is technically another dimension.
Yeah, that's on your person still. It needs to be separate.
I don't have them spells.
You know, I do have a friend. Perhaps you could go speak to her. You could leave it with her.
Where's your friend?
She is like you. She's also from Alphamid.
Help me.
Yes. She's your kind.
She's dry.
Yes,
Different names,
Okay.
different times.
she lives in a temple, I guess.
Oh, there's that tower with under dark stone.
So it's temple to what?
Of a god. I don't know exactly, but
Any symbols that are brought up a lot in that temple?
she's often talking with statues of hands, kissing them. She is an unusual.
Okay, we can go there. It's not spiders, it's good.
I'm-
You do not mess with them at all. Never.
Oh, I was going to say it's more spiders were good. Okay.
No.
Not spiders
it's
were
not
good.
good. Yeah.
I think that is a compromise then, and what a rare moment of honesty from a trickster god.
And where is the gem?
It
What do you
is. I don't know exactly, but I know in some cavern to the north they are hiding. They wish to bring back one. You would not want to come back.
What are they?
These people?
The person that wants to be.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, both. We should know our
Yeah,
enemy, we
both.
should know what they're trying to bring
Yes. both.
Oh, well, they are just guardians.
Okay.
But they wish to bring back my daughter. And at that, the lady's just like, oh, okay. We don't want that. We don't want that.
Okay, I was about to say it's bad. It's
What?
bad.
Who's your daughter?
He's just looking at you like, oh, don't you want to find out?
Yes. And
You know, from the many stories I've heard about you, you seem to have quite a few offspring.
You. You indeed. Many.
I'm
Would you have
assuming,
anyone?
Oh, you like her, Dad.
absolutely, yeah, our
Yeah.
dad and you.
well, I'm
get
assuming
along.
it's not the eight-legged horse you're talking about.
We don't talk.
Horse fucker!
I like how it's just become Mark.
No, he's the mother.
Yeah, look, we don't need to talk about that. Anyways, I sense something. Something in all of you. A little bit of me? Not exactly. I see it there.
Your face.
Yeah.
I call it an intergenerational thing.
Hmm.
Apparently, our father was a bit of a trickster himself.
This is my point. I'm sure they would get along far more than they realize.
But I got your trick or two up my sleeve.
Was he here time ago?
Probably.
Yeah, he had the gem first.
Probably how he lost it. Coming here. Stupid move, we knew who you were.
He stole the staff and then someone stole part of the staff.
Yeah, there's my point. If he came here with the stats,
Yeah.
I lost part of it.
Yeah, true.
Not to blame you for everything, of course, but, it kind of comes with the territory.
Interesting. Very interesting. Well, good luck with that.
You have fun being stuck here for a long, long time.
Yes, well, my conditions seem to have slightly improved.
And don't worry, we'll get rid of the snake for you. I'll replace it with the spider. But also just put him in the same
Not
spot.
spiders. Not spiders. You do not want to invite that into your life.
All spiders are fun and terrifying.
You mean you put like a regular spider on?
No, we still have to turn that snake that they threw away into a spider.
How are you?
Into image.
I love the way they keep their prey alive while they eat it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I mean, she's about back. I do the same thing.
I know, but spiders are very active. He is very active when it comes to spiders. Like a very active guy.
Yeah.
The giant lady sort of looks between you and goes, for once, now, he has seemingly done nothing wrong.
Well, he's kind of stuck in a disadvantageous situation.
If I'm being honest, I never intended to punish him for this long.
Yeah, he has been stuck here for a really long amount of time. Probably even for you guys, a long amount of time.
So we don't need the snake bag.
Well, there you go. That's been an improvement for everyone. We know where we're going. You don't get a snake, and you don't feel so bad about having to kill him anymore.
There's absolutely no way.
Oh, of course. That'd be stupid.
I'm very concerned about your father, though.
Oh, he's a good guy. He's the one trying to help save people from the apocalypse.
He seems nice.
He's got some heart of gold.
We met him for the first time a few days ago.
He has a vague plan. We're going
He has a heart of gold and a groin of steel.
Yeah.
Your mum, yeah.
Yeah.
The way you talk about him, it really reminds me of him.
They're probably related.
Yeah, maybe literally.
That would be very
What did-
disturbing.
That guy could be our granddad for all we know.
I was more thinking about the fact that one of his kids might be our half sibling with our dad.
I don't know how
He
that.
slept with other guys before. If he's like mothered children, actually possible.
We don't have a brother who's just a horse, do we?
Just
No, because I
choosing.
know.
Not that we're not very silent.
I mean, possible. We have a half-broken sibling, and I still don't know. Physically, that should be impossible.
Well, you have,
Like
to
biologically
you have
speaking,
to remember Tiamat can shapeshift.
true, but even when it's still like biological aspects.
She's a god, she can make whatever she wants.
That's
to
true.
happen.
She's got us, so you kind of have to.
Yeah. Basically, I was chose to be born into existence, basically just to be tormented.
Why do you want to help your mother? Like that? You just said
Help
that.
is a strong
You just
word.
said
Help
that.
is a strong word. I want to get the most I can out of this situation.
I do need to warn you. So she's just speaking up now and
Yes.
looking at you, and she goes, if you actively aid the Nifog into coming back into this world, I will kill you.
Understandable. She throws you once, I'm sure she can do it.
Well,
You know, if he comes back, you're just going to be under her servitude again. You won't have as much freedom. I doubt she'll let you eat as much good food. I don't think she really wants you happy.
No, of course she doesn't.
So why would you want her here? Even if she's in hell, you can do what you want.
I have to go back there eventually. You do realise this, right?
I mean, technically
Eventually,
speaking,
eventually it's a long time away.
does she own your soul?
I am a product of her. You answer that question.
Have you signed a contract for her soul? 'Cause
I don't know if
technically,
we ever put it in writing. It's kind of an unwritten thing when you're a child.
yes, exactly. If you're her child, she doesn't technically own you. Her parent doesn't own their child. You're a product of her. She doesn't actually own you, even if you think it.
I'm just having
If
like
it's
me and
not-
my
If it's in a contract, especially with hell, I imagine it's very strict on what is and isn't allowed. Technically, your soul probably is yours. Still?
Maybe. I'd have to review every contract I've ever signed.
Loki then speaks up and goes, "This is true indeed. Both me and Scarfy here, we weren't born of the gods. Then we joined them. We made our choices. You can too.
You became a god?
I guess in a way.
I want to achieve such heights.
Good to start off powerful in the first place.
I'm trying.
Lots of ambition.
And
This one.
anyway, we just want to go see this other job person. Maybe hand off my stuff and then deal with this
Yes.
other one.
Go stash that somewhere very safe.
Yes.
Then go and try and retrieve the other bit and try not to die in the middle.
Sounds like a plan. Or at least most of the plan that we're ever going to make.
Upon this conversation, lady you now know as Scarfy sort of steps to turn and look and go away.
How did I know that's who it was without you having to say it?
Loki then goes,
Has to
Oh,
start
Scarfy.
it.
"Don't you want to know about your husband?"